Welcome to a brand new episode of Girl, Geek and The Gay, the show that swears it's not dumb, but we have our doubts.
Well, that's mostly you.
You have your moments.
Wow, a lot. You're right.
I'm Jose, and that voice you hear is the beautiful Yanni.
Stop. Now people are going to call me Yanni from now on. Jaime is my name. I shall remind everybody. It's back in my Zoom thing, too, just because apparently if it's not there, people just don't get it. So...
Yeah?
Yeah.
How you doing today?
I am doing really well. Well, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. We have a little buddy that's moved into my patio. No, not like that.
Oh, okay.
It's a little cat. He's been here for like the last 4 or 5 days. And
Sure it's not dead?
it's not dead, Jose. I've checked on it a few times. I have checked on it too. Like I'm actually like I go out there to water my plants sometimes.
Is that a euphemism?
What the fuck? No. I've been out there to water my plants while he slash she, I'm not sure what they are. But while it's out there, just to get it comfortable with me being in the area, you know, since they're in my space. It makes no sense. And like they haven't really jumped up and like ran away that much, but there are times where like I just turn around and it's gone already. So yeah, it's been interesting. I gave it water today.
So you have a cat now?
I have a cat now. No, I can't. But also Adolfo loves it and is already calling it his friend. So I'm like,
what's
stop.
It say?
We were trying to decide on that. What did you say the other George?
I think it was George or...
George. I think you said George and then you said something else like the other day, but I don't remember what you said. Yeah, George.
All right.
But we're not sure yet because we're not even sure if it's a female or a male yet. So it's tiny, it's cute, it's gray.
George or Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia, yeah, that's cute too. Georgia, yeah. No, we can't have a cat. No, I'm not taking it in. It's too sad.
So Jaime has a cat.
Jaime has a cat now. My plant has grown almost a whole nother leaf. So,
Wow.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's untangling. Can you really see it, or are you just lying to me?
That's a beautiful leaf.
Yeah, it's still a stem.
Yeah, that's a beautiful stem.
It has to uncurl and open itself up soon. So it's growing. Stop.
Whatever works, man.
You know, I'm gonna get a little
Oh, crap.
gross, I guess. Not really gross, but a little vulgar.
No, please.
One of the first types of movies that I saw, well, pornographic types of movies, had to do with plants for some reason. not like they were having sex with plants, but more like
It sounds like an Evil Dead situation.
they were painted as plants. So yeah.
Oh, that makes it less weird.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what it was. This is why I'm gay.
It just shuts you off of plants forever?
Yeah. No, apparently not, because I have a whole plant right there. But anyway, besides that, let's see what else is new for me. Nothing is really new. Works was really crazy this past week, but it's cool. Like I survived. That's it. It's been that type of week.
Party animal.
I've been walking a lot again. So
that's good.
Yeah, we've gone like 4 times last week. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I went for a walk.
To when?
On Thursday.
Okay, like by yourself?
Or Friday. Well, yeah, because I went to drop my car off at the to get an oil change, and I walked home, and then I walked back to get my car.
I don't know how much that counts.
That counts. There was walking.
Okay, how many blocks was it to?
Maybe 3.
Okay.
That's 6 blocks.
You
2
did.
ways.
Well, good job. It's a start, I guess, but it's not like it's going to be a continuation or anything.
You don't know. My car will need another oil change at some point.
Okay, 6 months from now. Got it. That's cool. How you been?
Not bad. On Monday, I woke up to go to work. Mm-hmm. I got up, and then at some point I was just like, nah. It just went right back to bed.
God.
It was great.
That sounds like a great life.
I was so tired. Like, I felt so tired.
Yeah.
But then, so I'm not dumb, okay?
Mm-hmm.
On Wednesday, I hurt my back a little bit at work.
Your pussy and your crack?
Right.
Okay.
That's how I roll. But there was another driver that got stuck in one of the lots that we work out of. Mm-hmm. It's a dirt lot. So there is one area where it is terrible. Just if you're not careful, it's really easy to get stuck.
Oh, I think you've told us about this before.
Maybe. But It's funny because I had never noticed this, but around that area where there are a lot of straps that are just like ripped. And I'm guessing it's because people keep trying to tie the straps to the trucks to get unstuck.
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
just
yeah.
keep ripping.
Yeah.
And I noticed this because we tied a strap to my truck and it just ripped.
Yeah.
So like we couldn't get it out, but I noticed that it was kind of close enough to the concrete that I was just like, okay, maybe I just need to push it a few inches, right?
You yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it wasn't connected to the trailer at this point. It's just a truck.
Okay.
So I was just like, just push it far enough so that it could get some traction and go, right? That was my idea.
Yeah. I mean, the trucks are still big, aren't they?
Oh, they're very heavy.
What the fuck?
But here's the thing: like he was gonna be on the accelerator, right?
Okay.
So the tires are spinning,
Okay.
and I'm thinking like, okay, just push it a few inches up, and we're good. And I swear it would have worked, but he let go of the because I felt it move up,
Oh,
right? So I was just
okay.
like, okay, like a little more, we're almost there.
Oh,
And he
no.
let go of the accelerator.
Oh,
So now all the weight that I was holding on the truck
Shit.
just came right back on me.
Oh, no.
And it was
You
like,
hurt
oh,
your
my back.
Why do you do things like this, Jose? I get
could've-
it.
It would have worked.
I get it. You're a straight man. I understand. Makes no sense.
I am all that is man.
This is what's wrong. Stop. Stop.
It would have worked.
At least think like a gay. Like push it with the other truck or something.
I tried. We couldn't. I tried because
Okay.
that was the first thing I tried. But trying to back up into that truck,
Okay.
My truck almost got stuck.
Oh my god.
So I was just like, that's not going to be a good idea. We're both going to be stuck ass to ass right here.
Ding. Yeah.
So,
Take pictures next time at least. And stop hurting. No, just don't do it. This is why you're in pain all the time.
But the way we got it out was we used the straps again, and he made a great knot. Like that dude can tie a knot.
Okay.
And I remember something from. Did you ever watch the movie Shanghai Noon? So Jackie Chan movie, Jackie Chan, Owen Wilson.
Might have seen it.
Old West?
Yeah, I might have. It's been years.
Well, there's a scene in it where they're in jail, and the way Jackie escapes is he pees on a shirt, right?
Okay, I don't remember that.
So he pees on his shirt,
Okay.
and like Owen Wilson's character is like, "What are you doing?" He's just like, "Wet shirt don't break." So he ties it around the bars, and he
Okay.
starts spinning it, and the bars start bending, and he's just like. You said wet shirt don't break. You didn't say piss shirt bend bars. So I wet the straps.
Oh wow,
And they held.
what the hell?
Hashtag science.
Yeah. Well, and from a movie, man.
From a movie.
Who knew that you could even trust something like that? But that's funny.
Yeah.
So you just remember that in that
I
moment?
just remembered that.
This is like straight up what happens in the Slumdog Millionaire, I think it was what it
Yeah.
was called. Yeah,
Oh,
like,
that's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie where he remembers like just random little events from his
Yeah.
life, and you're like, you just moved the whole truck because of this. So,
Yep.
that's funny.
But it worked. We got
That's
that
good.
truck out.
Awesome. Yeah.
I also started watching this show called Sweet Home.
Okay.
It's a Korean show.
Okay.
And
On like Netflix.
yeah.
Okay.
And they're all in a building, and it looks like people's desires turn them into monsters. The CGI,
Oh,
the
yeah,
CG
yeah, I
in
saw
it is
it.
terrible.
Yeah, yeah. I saw like probably the first season of this.
I haven't finished the season, but I'm like 5-6 episodes
Oh,
in.
okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Like the beginning. What was the beginning episode? Do you remember what happened in the beginning episode?
There are no monsters, but one of the kids wants to kill himself because his family died in like a car crash.
Okay.
And-
Yeah. I think, and that's like kind of like the premise of the show is like, well, a lot of it is revolving around that one kid, right?
Yeah,
like
because-
to begin with. Well,
Because he's
all of them.
infected.
Yeah.
But he's still fighting off the infection, so he can't really die.
Yeah, so I've seen this.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting show, and
it is.
I mean, it's just a lot of reading,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
no,
same.
I'm highly enjoying it.
Yeah, and okay, so this is the thing about shows like that, right? It just becomes like a whole, like I told you, like a whole melee fest of stuff. It's just a bunch of people, and crazy things happen to all these bunch of peoples, so it just gets like redundant, a little repetitive,
I can see that.
Yeah, because it's like if you think about maybe not another movie, but with a bunch of like if it's like another Korean movie, right, or even another like a Japanese movie that there's just a bunch of people in a group, and obviously a bunch of them are gonna get like like taken out or whatever. That movie, that the show that came out recently that we
Squid Games.
Squid Games. it was that, you know, so except without monsters in it, you know, so that's where it gets a little. That's what I was saying about Squid Games. I was comparing it to that one at a certain point, but it's interesting. Like it was interesting. It just, you're right.
And the CG was terrible.
The CG is terrible.
The CG is so bad.
It is, but you can kind of get away with that a little bit. I feel like because like they're like the demons, you know, like how real demons gonna look, you know, like at the same time. So
they're not gonna look like PlayStation 1 games. That's for sure.
Who knows? What if a bunch of demons come out?
Are gonna come out in polygon shape.
They look like zombies from Resident Evil or something. You know? Why not? Which reminds me, I was telling you a little bit about. I saw the Evil Dead Army of Darkness, and I don't. I don't get it.
It's not a good movie.
Well, and I can see all three of them now, right? Because I've seen all three of them, which I'm impressed with myself that I actually like saw them. So the first one we talked about this a little bit was good. Well, for its time, I would say, you know, like
I thought it held up because I recently rewatched it and I was like, this is still good.
Yeah. Okay. So I can agree with it because it had the vibe for the time. It was with what you just said, right? It had the vibe for the time. It makes sense that there could be an evolution of the series, right? Mm-hmm. And then the second one was just like the Evil Dead 2, but it was like a whole what do you call it?
Like, I know I rewatched these movies recently. I don't remember the second one much.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because it was basically just a remake of the first one, and you don't even get told that it's a remake. Like I started like making up this whole story in my head about this is an alternate dimension, you know, like because essentially it became that. But there was all the characters that were lost in the first one weren't even acknowledged. You know, like it was his sister, like his girlfriend, but which just got replaced with a different girlfriend, you know. And it's funny because the first opening scenes, I was watching it and I was like, why is he taking another girl to the exact same spot where all of these, like all his friends just got murdered, you know, by a demon. And it does get a little bit more interesting when more characters come into they come to the cabin too, like because you get. I think Annie was her name. I think we talked because she was in the Evil Dead game. She comes into. By the way, the Annie from the game does not look like the Annie from the movie. Not to be mean, but that woman was not that face. I'm sorry. But anyway, aside from that, it just like they brought these characters in, and they were just like other random ass characters, and then they started talking about the book, and then Army of Darkness. Yeah.
That was a movie.
It was a movie. I like that there were more demons. It was something else. Yeah. It was something else. And they kind of even remade the first two movies in the beginning of this one because they showed his girlfriend, but she had like short hair. And so it was like a whole different girlfriend, like in the beginning of this. Like you have to watch all three of them back to back.
I thought it started off at where the second one left off, because in the second one he gets pulled into the time hole.
They kind of did that, but they kind of had to tell you the story of part one and two, or part two, I guess. But so in that one, it's like he's in a car with his girlfriend who has a different hairstyle. It's like short. I even thought it was a dude for a second, just because I thought it was just like one of his buddies at a point, you know. But it, you know, very 80s like short hair, you know. And so they show them going to the cabin, and it's a whole like they didn't even take scenes from the second movie and put it in the third, at least for the intro. They were just like, nah, let's just refilm it one more time. And by the way, we're gonna travel to medieval times. Medieval times. One last thing about Evil Dead, they just did a recent update. I haven't played the game in a few weeks actually, but they did a recent update where that castle that they're in Army of Darkness has been added to the game.
Oh, cool.
And so in order to justify cars like existing in medieval time, they do like this whole like teleportation thing, or like a beam, like, you know, like how he got teleported somewhere. It's kind of the same thing. They just spawn like through teleportation, so you find cars that way now in that medieval time. But it looks pretty cool.
They should have done horses instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you possess horses in that? Like,
why not? You can possess humans. Maybe if you scare a horse enough. Come on.
Well, and that's the whole idea of like the demons.
That would have been a really fun thing.
It would have been cool. Yeah. You make a really good point. Yep. But
I
no,
usually
instead they use cars and teleport it, which is still creative, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Considering he traveled through time, like, I don't remember what happened at the end of that movie. Think about it.
Yeah.
Did he go back?
Yeah.
And then he had a new girlfriend, and she became a demon too. In that movie, so
Sure.
it was a lot of craziness.
Okay, so would you watch the TV show?
Well, I saw the TV. I saw some of the TV show. I don't remember how many episodes. Probably like 3 or 4 episodes. I was enjoying that.
I like the TV show.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I might get back into it just because, again, the game is triggering. Like, I want to know more about this universe type of thing. You know, where the movie's good. I mean, I understand why some people like them, nostalgic reasons. You know, I'm happy you like that because of that. It just wasn't. It didn't make sense at the end of the day. You know, like, give me a story. You know, like, that's me. But yeah.
What about the Spider-Man game?
It's been fantastic.
Yeah?
I'm so far into it. Deep. I said deep. No, I haven't played Spider-Man. I know.
It's such a good. I'm almost 100%ed it a second time.
What?
I've almost 100%ed it a second time.
You almost 100%ed it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. I'm happy you have a lot of time.
Well, and I finally started Guardians of the Galaxy. It is a really fun game.
You bought Guardians of the Galaxy?
It's a Game Pass.
Galaxy?
I was like, I need to use this Game Pass.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I downloaded 3 games: Guardians of the Galaxy, Hellblade, because I hear a lot of good things about it. Senua's Sacrifice, and I don't remember the third game, but I know I downloaded a third game.
Yeah.
But Guardians of the Galaxy is really fun.
Yeah.
It's taking me a little getting used to with how you control the other Guardians, because in a battle, you know, you could always ask Gamora to do something or Drax, or, you know, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But it's a really good game, and it has its own story, so it doesn't rely on either the MCU or So
that's
it's
good.
And it's taking me a long time because I'm actually reading through all the profiles and stuff and all the worlds, and it is a beautiful game.
Nice.
It looks so amazing.
I have it too in disc because I bought it like when I was on sale, and it's just been I haven't played it.
Oh, you should.
That one is Spider-Man.
You would really like it.
That's like 80 hours I got to catch up on.
Yeah. Oh, Spider-Man. So yeah.
No, I know. That's cool. You know, I'm very disappointed that the Avengers game, like, ended up bombing.
I hear it's better now, but with all the updates and stuff.
I don't want to pay for stuff like additional. I guess.
Well, yeah.
I'm just thinking.
Again, it's one of the Game Pass games, so I don't have to pay for it. But
no, what about like?
Oh no, like those are all updates, and they removed a lot of the loot boxes.
Oh,
well, what they did was that now you pay for cosmetic things if you want.
Okay,
like you don't have to pay for power ups and stuff
Oh,
like they had
okay,
before,
good.
which that was a big issue. Now you just pay for cosmetic stuff.
Maybe I'll buy the disc.
Yeah, and on Guardians of the Galaxy, you also get different outfits for the characters.
Like free or like?
Well, yeah, because
you unlock them.
Yeah, because I just unlocked one that's like a Nova Corps Star-Lord.
Ooh,
and it looks really cool.
That sounds cool. I guess. Well, I'll try to catch up someday.
Yeah. No, you're gonna go play some more games that you already played.
I play Mirrorverse a lot. Oh, I haven't even played. See, I've been so into Mirrorverse that I haven't even played Brawl Stars or Injustice 2
That's
mobile.
a porn site.
Yeah, both of them. Injustice 2 mobile. Yeah, but it's just because it's quick games, you know. So yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard that now in California, high schools aren't going to start until 8:30?
Yes, I have heard that.
That's amazing.
Yes, coincidentally, I have heard of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. It just means that everybody got to adjust to like being at work later now, though, too. So, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. Party.
Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, so we talk about how humans are possibly going to be living in the sky for a while.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, there's somewhat of a reboot of a beloved classic.
Okay. Is it Evil Dead?
Not yet, at least. There is going to be a soft reboot to Evil Dead, though.
Like a movie?
I'm not sure.
Or like a TV show?
Yeah, I think it is going to be a movie.
Okay.
Baby Yoda is a ripoff?
Baby Yoda is a ripoff.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
People are also really upset at The Rock.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And what about the Waititi cut?
What you call me? Oh, no.
You know what I called you.
No. Well, I mean, I'm down for that, though, to be honest. This was... Okay, we'll talk about this.
All right, so let's get into it.
Okay.
So the future is now.
Yes, in the sky or what?
Well, right now, Harvard scientists have developed an AI that is supposed to identify the fastest path to human happiness. Yeah.
Is it through the penis? Just kidding.
You're not wrong, though.
Oh my god.
So the company is like called.
Excuse me.
The company is called Deep Longevity.
Oh yes.
They've collaborated with Harvard Medical School to present a deep learning approach to mental health.
Deep.
You know what? I was actually gonna go in and do this. So they created a whole website,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
The authors created 2 digital models for blah blah blah. The authors created 2 digital models of human psychology based on data from midlife in the U.S. study. The first model is an ensemble of deep neural networks that predict respondents' chronological age and psychological well-being. There's so many big words here.
Jose,
I didn't spell any of them right.
Jose, I've never seen you struggle so much in your life. Normally, you're just smart ass all the time. No, I'm just joking. Great job. You did great, though.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, because I spelled chronological. Just like that's not a right word.
You tried.
So my brain is trying to correct things at the same time I'm reading.
That's funny.
And I also misspelled psychological, so I thought it said physiological. Yeah, so it predicts the trajectory of the human mind as it ages.
Jesus
basically.
Christ. I need to take a break with these words. I'm just joking.
It suggests that the emphasis of personal progress is constantly declining, but the sense of having a purpose in life only fades after 40 to 50 years.
Damn.
So you just don't feel like you have purpose. Which, you know what? That makes sense because a lot of older people find religion. And I think that's them searching for a purpose.
Makes sense.
That does make sense. But the second model is a self-organizing map that was created to serve as a foundation for a recommendation engine for mental health applications.
Wow.
It's an unsupervised learning algorithm that splits all respondents into clusters, depending on the likelihood of developing depression, and determines the shortest path towards a cluster of mental stability for any individual.
Wow.
Yeah, because like, I'm just wondering, because I wanted to go to the website, like I said, and I just completely forgot.
Yeah.
But existing fucking name.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Savaronkov.
Cool.
That's a name.
Yeah.
Alex said, existing mental health applications offer generic advice that applies to everyone yet fits no one, like horoscopes.
Wait, so first of all, you're wrong. Wait, so it's an app though?
It's a website right now. It's like a beta website that they have. So he said, we have a built system that is scientifically sound and offers superior personalization, unlike horoscopes.
Stop hating on the horoscopes. Leo would say that shit.
To demonstrate the system's potential, Deep Longevity has released a web service called Future Self. It's a free online application that lets users take the psychological test described in the original publication.
Yeah. No, it just reminds me of
horoscopes.
No, it reminds me of this Black Mirror episode where like it was. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna watch it.
No.
Do you care? Okay, so if you watch Black Mirror, this might be spoilers for you guys, so just fair warning. But basically there was like this couple trying to figure out like if it was like how long they were gonna know each, like in this world, like this is how long you're gonna be in a relationship with somebody, basically, right? So like this app tells you, oh, it's gonna be like 6 months or something like that. So you guys are at least guaranteed to be together 6 months, and after that you try a new partner or something like that, right? And then sometimes apparently it brings you back together. But it turns out that these two, like this guy and this girl that were dating each other were actually inside of an app. So it was trying to figure out like statistically what the percentage would be of them being like long-term partners, and they ended up being long-term partners because of the trial that supposedly the app went through. And you were the AI of them too. Oh, excuse me. You could see you were seeing the story of the AI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like trying to determine the probability, and so some would make it, some wouldn't make it, but then there was like the possibility that they were, and that's how they matched. Essentially, it reminded me of that just because of what you said, like in regards to like the personalities and stuff like that. So that's why I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know yet how creepy it is.
Yeah.
So-
if it gets very to that type of detail, you know?
So at the end of the assessment, users will receive a report with insight aimed at improving their long-term mental well-being and can enroll in a guidance program that provides them with a steady flow of AI-chosen recommendations. And, of course, the data obtained on Future Self will be used to further develop Deep Longevity's digital approach to mental health.
Wow. There's also a thing called like strength finders, or even finding out like your personality type. I don't remember the Myers-Briggs personality type, which you know, I enjoy doing those type of things because I do sometimes feel like they kind of help you reflect on yourself a little bit, and like they'll point out things like I know I'm an empathetic person, right? But reading about an empathetic person like
Makes you empathize?
No, it makes you understand like what certain things affect you type of thing in your environment. You know, like this is also why I know I'm an introvert, is because I can't stand being around people that I'm like, you know. But you
And
know,
it took you that test to figure it out, right?
Sometimes it does, yeah, because I mean, sometimes it does.
Please, go
sometimes you need to see it in words to understand, like, hey, if I'm hanging out with Jose too much this week,
I get it.
this is why I get exhausted a lot. You know? Jose is an exhausting person. So.
Wow.
If only Jose.
No, and
Anyway.
I get that. I've done that personality quiz test thing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, I could see some of these things.
Yeah.
Some of those things are way wrong.
Yeah, sometimes
And
they
I'm just
are,
like,
yeah.
I mean, this seems very generic to
Yeah,
me, you know?
I get you.
It seems like they have a set amount of answers,
Mm-hmm.
and just depending, kind of like a choose your own adventure game,
Yeah,
where
I get
you're gonna get one of the three endings,
Yeah.
and but there's just so much more in between.
Yeah.
So I don't care. Whatever.
You're a bitch.
Okay, so we got a 2 for today. I swear I'm not dumb, okay?
Okay.
But for the longest time, I really thought the sun was just a giant fireball in the sky.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just,
Okay. Okay.
it wasn't until like earlier this year,
Okay.
when I was just like, wait a minute, there can't be fire in space, because no oxygen.
Okay.
So I looked it up to see like why the sun was on fire.
Okay.
And it's not.
And I'm trying to think about like if I've ever thought about this, you know. Anyway, continue.
Well, yeah, the sun isn't a big fireball.
Okay.
It's nuclear fusion that has been fueling life on Earth.
Oh.
Nuclear fusion reactors aim to reproduce this process by fusing hydrogen atoms to create helium, which releases energy in the form of heat. It's just basically makes me think of Spider-Man 2.
Oh. Okay.
Doc,
Oh, yeah,
Doc
yeah,
Ock
yeah,
puts
yeah.
the power of the sun
Yeah,
in the palm of your hand.
Ah, okay.
Or an arc reactor.
Yeah.
From Iron Man.
Yeah.
So nuclear fusion reactors aim to reproduce this process by fusing hydrogen atoms to create helium, which releases energy in the form of heat. Yeah, there was a major breakthrough last year, in late 2021, with a machine called the tokamak.
That's a cool name.
It really is. So the tokamak superheated gases called plasmas. Inside the tokamak, superheated gases called plasmas are generated, in which the fusion reactions take place, and it contains charged particles that are held in place by powerful magnetic fields. Such plasmas can reach temperatures of 150 million degrees Celsius.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's 10 times hotter than the sun's core.
Wow.
And I'm just like, do we want that here on Earth?
Yeah. Do we need that?
Well, in a sustained...
Can we bring it down a little bit?
They had a sustained 5-second burst, which researchers released a record-breaking 59 megajoules of fusion energy.
Same.
It's almost triple the previous record set in 1997.
Wow.
There are 35 nations that are currently working together to help build what they call ITER, which means the way in Latin. The next step beyond ITER will be a demonstration power plant known as DEMO.
Whoa. Demo?
So yeah, designed to send electricity into the grid, leading into fusion plants becoming a commercial and industrial reality.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, because it's all self-contained energy,
Yeah.
and they are speculating that it could even reverse the effects of global warming.
I was just gonna say I was just
Words
gonna
are hard,
ask.
right?
Yeah, sometimes they are even just regular words. So then essentially this could help like even like plants, right? Like like cause photosynthesis and everything like that we need to be able to recreate plants, which is why it would reverse global warming in general, right?
Benefits are also absences of meltdown risk and no long-lived radioactive waste.
So how is there an absence of destruction? I guess like how is there an absence of no risk? Like how is there an absence of risk? With
I have no idea how it says, but it just said like the meltdown risks.
Meltdown risks.
Yeah,
That's what I meant,
meltdown risks are practically non-existent, and I don't know how.
Yeah.
Because I would assume something that's 150 million degrees Celsius or whatever the fuck that number was.
Like, doesn't it seem like it could just like drop and then just keep dropping and then just start melting the earth from the inside out type of thing?
Think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just reading what this right.
No. I'm just, that's interesting. It's crazy to think about. But I mean, it just sounds like, there are no meltdown risks. It sounds a little like you're stretching a little bit, to just be like,
I mean, I'm sure there are other risks, but apparently meltdowns aren't one of them.
So then what is a meltdown then? Like, what exactly does that mean?
I would imagine something like what happened in Chernobyl or Japan.
Like crazy radiation just getting out.
Yeah, because they're saying there's no long-lived radioactive waste.
Yeah.
And even the reactor materials can be reused within 100 to 300 years.
Okay, that's not a long time at all. That's
not just like
what we 3 or 4 generations. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Wow, that's interesting. Crazy.
Yeah. So this next story makes me a little nervous.
Oh.
Giant nuclear-powered flying hotel, complete with a gym and swimming pool, is designed to carry 5,000 passengers in unparalleled luxury.
Like where?
So it is an AI-piloted sky cruise that plans to remain airborne for months at a time, while docking only to take on new passengers or drop people off. This kind of makes me nervous because it's just like they know something's about to happen, don't they?
I mean, but then you're flying around in an AI-powered, nuclear device
with 20 engines that are powered by nuclear fusion.
Yeah, sounds really
that
risky.
just sounds like a giant bomb.
Yeah,
because if anything goes wrong and that thing crashes.
First of all, are we going to Flossin Paradise? Is that what it was called? I just saw that.
I know. Element reference.
I know, because I just saw the movie in theaters a few weeks ago.
Good movie.
I love it. I was telling Adolfo yesterday that I feel like sometimes like some of the things. Like some of my personality comes from that Ruby Rhodes character, the Chris Tucker character. Yeah, sometimes I'm not as flamboyant, in that sense, but I feel like that's where some of my energy comes from him, them.
So 20 engines that are powered by nuclear fusion. It's designed actually to never have to land. Even repairs will be carried out in flight.
So they'll pick you up, but it's only because they'll land because they have to.
Only to pick you up. Yeah. So it's designed with the nuclear fusion. It's not really doesn't need to be fueled really, and
that seems really risky though too. No, I mean I'm not
because it's a giant bomb.
Yeah, it's a giant bomb. Yeah, and then not only that, it's in the sky, so like it would have like a bigger range where it would affect.
Yeah.
Because it's dropping radiation from the sky. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Science.
I mean, it is currently a concept, and although they believe it can already be built with the current technology, the cost would be massive.
Yeah.
So
let's focus on Earth just for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Let's fix it first.
Well, they're just like let the Earth blow up.
No, it's not.
We're gonna be flying above it anyway.
Yeah. True.
Hi, man.
Hi.
You're gay, right?
Sometimes, I guess.
A new musical is coming to Broadway in 2023.
Wow.
What?
Is it because of the musical? Is that why I should know what this is or something?
Yes.
Okay, what else, Jose?
Back to the Future, the musical.
Why?
Because.
You're probably going to go see it.
I mean, I would if they put it in theaters or something.
Yeah. I do like musicals.
Well, it says that the show doesn't exactly follow the movie beat by beat. And it's currently playing in the London's Adelphi Theatre.
Oh, it's a real thing already?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
So it's just coming to Broadway now.
Wow. I wish Wicked would become a movie. We still to this day don't have a Wicked movie.
Yeah.
It's like the story of Elphaba. Look at smart bitch. Have you seen it?
I have not. I have a penis.
Oh. I have a penis too, bitch. What the fuck? Wow. you're a gay hater. It was really good. It was a really good story. Okay, so like, yeah. What? Have you ever seen any musicals? Why can't people with penises like musicals?
Hold on,
now?
I'm sure I have. I watched Grease.
Okay.
Does that count?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Why don't you like musicals?
I don't like the.
You don't
musicals.
like being happy?
No, I don't like the musicals. Yeah, like Les Miserables. Fuck that movie. Jesus Christ.
You're choosing one depressing as. I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, you're not missing much.
Okay.
So I don't like it when there's no spoken dialogue in it. Like in Les Miserables, like they're talking to you, but they're singing, and it's just like, have you ever heard of the thing that I did?
Okay, yeah.
And it's just like, bro, like talk to me.
Yeah.
Not everything. You don't have to be singing to me.
Yeah.
When you're not, like, it's not even a song.
Yeah. There's Hairspray, the recent remake in the last like 20 years, 15 years probably.
With John Travolta.
With John Travolta, yeah, he was
Haven't seen it.
He was his mom. It's really good though. But then again, I'm gay.
Yeah.
And I like musicals.
That's ABBA, right? Oh no, Mamma Mia is ABBA.
Yeah, Mamma Mia is ABBA.
I like ABBA.
You like ABBA?
I like ABBA.
Yeah. There was another one. Oh, like well, have you ever been to like a Cirque du Soleil thing?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess I don't really count as musical.
In Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, okay. No, I was thinking like Beatles Love in Vegas, but that's not really a musical, I guess. It's just is it? It's circus, isn't it? It just plays music. They're not like singing they're not like I guess that was Around the Universe, Around the World. What was it called? Around the Universe? Across the Universe. The Beatles.
Yeah, that was the music.
Okay, the music. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you like the Beatles?
I know.
Wow.
They're fine.
Adolfo's upset. How
I know.
dare you?
I could see.
Get out.
Yeah. It's your last day here, buddy. You've been fired.
They're fine.
Wow.
I don't get it. Like, I really don't.
You really have to look. I think the thing about the Beatles is that you don't realize how much you actually do like the Beatles until you listen to their music again. When was the last time you listened to the Beatles?
I don't know. Whenever they were on the radio.
Do you listen to music?
Not as often as other people.
Well, this is also why you don't like musicals.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You're weird.
Because I'm definitely much more of a podcast guy. Music, after about 20, 30 minutes, becomes noise to me.
Wow. I love music.
And I think it was growing up, my sister was always just blasting music. And my brain would just shut off.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't handle it.
Wow.
Either my sister's music or my mom's music or my dad's music. Everybody was always blasting music, and my brain would just be like, "Nah, I just want silence."
This is called trauma.
It really is. It's
sorry.
exactly what it is.
It's like my hate for soccer.
Like,
It's my dad's fault. I love my dad, but I hate soccer. I hate soccer. Anyway,
I get it, but yeah, because I didn't even start listening to any real music till I was like 20, because all I had heard was what my sister listens to or what my mom listens to. So much Juan Gabriel. I don't really care about Juan Gabriel.
Yeah, I love music. Like I was in choir in high school. I'm gay.
You're
I was
so
in choir.
gay.
I was in choir in high school, but only because I couldn't take piano anymore. Because like it was my last year of high school. I was taking piano, and I played the clarinet like in elementary school at one point. Too. What the fuck?
That's when you knew.
So. Wow. Anyway, yeah, I've always loved music, and I think that's the difference right there, right? Like you don't really like music, so that's why I like musicals. On top of that,
But I can hear a song and like be into it.
Yeah.
Like I really like Eminem.
yeah,
And I think I mentioned this before. Like
Eminem.
I'm a fan of the English language. And no, seriously. And if you listen to an Eminem song, especially newer Eminem, where it's so technical, and you will hear meanings in his songs that you didn't catch the first time. You can listen to a song hundreds of times, and then like recently there was one where I was like, I didn't even catch that.
yeah,
Like, oh, that's what he means.
yeah,
And it's just it's so entertaining to me to just hear the doubles and the triple entendres and all that.
Yeah,
Like that's what entertains me.
yeah. Which is why you should listen to more music, because like just in general, like I listen to music because there's some stupid stuff, of course, there's always music that doesn't make sense, but there's always what attracts me the most to the music is the story that's being told behind it, There's this one called Goodbye Carolina that me and him, that Adolfo and I have had discussions about. To me, and I don't mean to get dark, but to me, it's like a suicide song, you know, where him, it's like, well, no, it's not really that. It's just more like he's going away, because literally he's saying that. But in my head, figuratively, metaphorically, that's what he's talking about, him, you know, taking himself out type of thing. So it gets really deep with music, and and there's music that, like, for specific events in life, that there's a song that plays in my head, you know, and I have a list called like My Life or something, and I also have one called Dark Peace. So gay. I really am gay. You're so gay. I forget, but music is really good.
Yeah, but like, for instance, have you ever
Kinda
heard
did a Trump voice right there for a second? Anyway.
Music is so good.
It's so good. I can't do it.
The sounds that go into your ears.
Oh my god! Stop.
They're so soundy. Duh. The soundiest of sounds.
You probably make the best music, right?
Nobody makes music as good as I do. Okay. La la la.
You're dumb.
Have you heard the song "Darkness" by Eminem?
Maybe. I don't.
The whole song is an entire double.
Okay.
Like it's a whole double. And the first time I listened to it, I remember like at some point I kind of checked out because, again, like I think it was like the 5th track on one of the newest albums.
Yeah.
And I checked out. And then, like, when my brain jumped back in, I was like, "Hold on, what the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
And I had to restart the whole song and listen to it again. Yeah. And you just hear how this entire song is a double entendre. Like, it has a double meaning.
Wow.
And the second meaning, it like totally trips you out. And it's just like, hold on, what the fuck just happened here?
I'm gonna add it to my playlist.
What sucks is the video on it makes it really obvious of what's going on.
Oh, okay. It's called Darkness?
Yeah. Like, the video on it makes it really obvious what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, just the song itself, if you just listen to it and just when the moment happens, when it switches and he's no longer talking about what you thought he was talking about the entire song. Like, that, to me, it's a stroke of genius.
Yeah, I get you. There's, and see, it's certain things like that happen with me with music in the sense of, like, not so much, but, like, that there's a double meaning, but more of, like, sometimes I've heard a song for so long that I think it meant one thing. Mm-hmm. So and then like sometimes as
you grow,
yeah, it means something else, right? Like there's a song called Tracy Chapman. What is the name of the song? Not Give Me One Reason. Fast Car is what it's called, right? And it was very, like, I would hear the lyrics and it was just like such a good song because it's like, you know, it's just me. It's like she's saying basically it's me and you just in your fast car and we're just seeing the city lights, and you know, it's an evolution of their relationship. And I like, the more I listen to the song, the more that, like, I love the song, right? And then at the end of the song, you start realizing that things went south, you know. And I was like, wait, what the fuck did she like? It's the same thing, right? Yeah. Where it was more like in the end of the song, she was just like all you just want to do is be in your fast car. You know, when there's like it was like the song was very much like about the car, you know, and then now, like, it's obviously changed because she's grown as a person type of thing. So deep, dude. Like, music. I'm gonna cry. No, just
no, yeah, and there are wonderful songs.
I added that to my. Of course there are. I added it to my playlist right now, so I'm gonna listen to it right now.
Fuck it, let's go. I'm not working today. First off, have you heard of the Stephen King novel, The Talisman?
No.
It's about a man from New Hampshire named Jack Sawyer who has the ability to flip between reality and an alternate, darker, parallel world called the Territories. Oh. Sounds very Stranger Thingsy.
Yeah.
Jack goes on his adventures in an attempt to find an artifact in the Territories that could save the life of a dying mother. It has been a huge influence for the Duffer Brothers when it came to Stranger Things. So naturally, they've been tapped to adapt the series for Netflix.
Cool.
For a Netflix series, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds great.
Yeah.
It sounds very interesting. And I think I would really look forward to them leaning into that horror a little more because you're not dealing with children.
Yeah.
Although
this
children are creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it has that element for sure that you need.
Yeah.
I want, like, this is what I want, though.
Good.
From a Stephen King story, right? You said Stephen King, right? Yeah. Okay. I don't want to not know more about this world. Like, for example,
The Dark Towers.
Well, I was gonna say Dreamcatcher.
I didn't even watch that.
Dreamcatcher?
Yeah.
Okay, so I like the idea, right? and there are some little explanations, but I hate that I don't get anything else from like that.
Read the book.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't read. I don't fucking
Same.
read.
There's too wordy.
I can't sit there. I love detail, and I read chapters like 2. No, like Hunger Games, right? I read some of Hunger Games because I really enjoyed the movies. I know you're not a fan, but I
didn't hate them. I just
yeah.
I think I had the same issue because I wish there was more detail. And
yeah.
So I get what you mean.
You can put faces to characters better, obviously, if they're in a movie first, you know, and then you read the book. The thing is, it's just that, and it's okay. The detail gets lost, but I want to understand a world better, right? Dreamcatcher, there's this whole like this guy creates this library in his head, right? And there's a whole story like that exists there, like, but you only get. When you see it, you're just like, what's going on right now? Because you don't really understand that he has a like it's him inside of a library in his head, you know, like, and
that's interesting.
Yeah. It's like this, it's like a, maybe even an archive. I don't know what else to call it. Cause it's just like documents. And he even starts throwing things out because there's an alien inside of him that's trying to get information. So blah, 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 you know, like all this stuff. Right. But what do we get from it? Aside, like, I haven't read the books, right? But if you're going to do that, just, okay, give me at least 3 movies. Minimum.
Or a series.
A series, yeah. You say series. How do you say series?
Yeah.
Can you say series?
Series?
Okay.
What did you hear?
Oh, no, it just sounded serious. Like, for a second, that's all. I wasn't judging.
It makes me think of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Because Sherlock Holmes, the way he sees his brain is like an attic. And there's a part where Watson is incredulous to the fact that Sherlock Holmes has no idea that the Earth rotates around the sun. And he's just like when he tells him, like, Sherlock's like, oh, I didn't know that. And he's like, how could you not know this? Like, you're obviously the smartest man I know. And Sherlock responds with, well, now that I know, I'm going to do my best to forget it. He's just like, why? Like, it's just general information. He goes like, it is not information that will ever pertain to anything that I need to know. And he sees his brain kind of like an attic with a finite amount of storage space. So he says that every time, if he learns a new fact, he might lose an old one. So he only keeps facts relevant that he finds relevant. So, and in the TV show, they have like scenes where he goes into his quote unquote mind palace. And he's walking around like, and it looks like that, like an archive. Yeah. And he's just walking around, and he knows where everything is located and how, and it's a good trick on how to access information too. Yeah. Because they say like everything you've seen, you remember, but it's just locked away in your brain. Yeah. Yeah.
I think maybe that I don't really see my brain the same way. I'm just in the sense of like, people tell me that, like, you know, certain specific
I'm just picturing
things.
a monkey with symbols.
Wow. At least it doesn't work. No, but so people describe. Well, no, bitch, fuck you. People describe certain things to me that I'm just like, well, I don't really remember that person because like they're like, yeah, who are they? You know, like not to be fucked up. You know, like the more I get to know somebody, obviously, the more it's like there's a reason that I get to know that person a little bit more. They're important for some reason in life, you know.
Or you're attracted to them.
Okay, yeah, they're important for some reason in life. Trying to see them naked, I'm just joking. But no, joking. Wow, I'm not a hoe ish. No, I'm kidding. No, but I do kind of see memories as certain things too. Like I don't hold on to certain memories. Like I don't hold on to like specific details all the time because like I need to remember other stuff. But I remember hearing something like that too, like where your brain is like a hard drive and then you got to delete to add more stuff to it. So I always wondered where I got that from, and now I'm starting to wonder if I actually heard it like in a Sherlock Holmes story, and I you just reminded me of it. So yeah,
I think it was studying Scarlet, maybe. I don't know. I used to love reading. Yeah. And then at some point, as I got older, I was just like, there's so many words. There's so many words describing things. Like, move on.
Yeah, we're about from the same like age. So I feel like the way we transition from having to do it, like it's from having to learn in that manner to like everything being a lot more visual for us, for sure.
Which is why I love comic books. In comic books, the only words you get are dialogue, really. Yeah. Everything else is the pictures. Yeah. Which is why I say I haven't read a book without pictures in forever. Yeah.
Which is why I love movies. Like I want to see a really good story in movies and TV shows and stuff like that too. It's definitely what I enjoy.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
Only Murders in the Building has been picked up for season 3. Only 3 weeks after season 2 premiere.
Oh, wow.
It's really good, too.
Cool.
And I've been wanting to watch more of it, but at the same time, I don't because I don't want to have to watch an episode today and then wait a week.
Oh, I get you.
So I'm kind of waiting to get a few accumulated episodes.
Yeah.
But Hulu says it's the most watched comedy show on their platform, which is surprising when you have What We Do in the Shadows. And What We Do in the Shadows is also so good.
That's great.
Another show you're missing out on.
Yeah. I have to work, Jose. God.
Do you, though?
Yeah, I do.
You don't even believe that. Did you ever watch Gremlins?
I did, yeah. The 2 of them. Well, there was a third, wasn't there?
I thought there was only 2.
Okay,
I mean, there could have been. I'm not sure.
Okay, 2.
So Joe Dante, the director of Gremlins, says that Grogu, better known as Baby Yoda, is nothing but a shameless ripoff of the eponymous creature, particularly the lead gremlin Gizmo. Yeah.
I mean, okay. Well,
I just think it's a smaller Yoda.
I mean, well, which one came first, though, too, now I think about it?
Well, Star Wars was in 1977.
So when was Gremlins?
1980s.
So then, didn't Yoda exist before?
Yes.
So even if it was Baby Yoda, like, even though it's Grogu, right, as a character, so then technically, didn't they still kind of like even the look of Yoda to the gremlin, like, because when they become gremlins, like, they look like Yoda, like the same type of ears. So to me, I see it the opposite way. So if you want to throw a fuss, homie, let's do it.
Well, he said, I think the longevity of the film is really key to this one character, Gizmo, who is essentially like a baby, which brings me, of course, to the subject of Baby Yoda, who is completely stolen and is just out and about copied, shamelessly, I would think. So we're also getting an animated Gremlins titled Gremlins, Secret of Mogwai for HBO Max.
That was so random, but...
Yeah, I think he's just trying to stir up controversy so people will watch the show.
Okay, that would make more sense because like Yoda would have a younger self, you know, like and if anything, again, you might have stolen the look. Like again, if it came out in the 70s and yours came out in the 80s, then it's reversed, you know. Like, but I get it. Okay.
Ming-Na Wen is going to be part of the cast.
Oh,
I love Ming-Na Wen.
She is Mulan.
Yes, she is.
Okay, cool.
She's also Fennec.
She was Fennec. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say next. I love Fennec though.
Dante maintains that the franchise only became popular because of theatrical experience. So sure.
Gremlins?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, 80s. Like, okay, I'll watch it. Maybe, you know, if I don't forget about it.
Did you ever watch the Munsters?
Monsters. I think so. What were they? They were a family, weren't they?
Yes, it was kind of like the Addams Family,
but like a
but
ripoff?
the dad was the Frankenstein's monster, Herman Munster.
Yeah, and then the mom was
kind
the
of like
bride.
Morticia.
Oh, but she was like the bride.
I mean, no, because she wasn't Frankenstein's bride.
Oh,
or the Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay, I'm mixing the two. They're the same.
And then
they're the same in my head.
They had like the son was a little werewolf.
Yeah,
and then the daughter was like a normal woman, and everybody called her like the freak because she was like the normal one.
Yeah, and they had did they have a butler too? That was.
Did they? No, I think they're just thinking of the Addams Family with
yeah.
merch.
Yeah, they're mixing it together.
So Rob Zombie released his trailer for The Munsters, and fans are divided over the trailer.
Oh, Rob Zombie's pretty dark.
Yeah, but the trailer does not look dark at all.
Oh, okay.
No, I think it looks a lot like what The Munsters was, kind of like that cheesy, funny comedy type.
Okay.
But people are thinking it looks like a parody of the
Above the original?
Of the original.
Okay.
While others are saying that the original was very campy already, and it's more like a love letter to the series.
I was gonna say, like, it was a campy show.
It was,
yeah.
And that's honestly what the show looks like. It looks like it's a prequel to like all that. So when Herman meets, I don't remember her name, his wife.
Got it.
So I guess there's not going to be a little wolf boy in here.
Oh. Or maybe he hatches. I don't know.
Or however they
hatch.
However mammals give birth.
To baby werewolves, okay. Because that makes a lot of sense. Got it.
Yeah. So fans are so excited because Warner Brothers have announced a digital release of Snyder's Justice League.
The fuck? Wait. Wasn't it already on HBO Max?
It was on HBO Max, but now there's going to be a digital release on it. So you could buy it separately.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snyder fans are so excited that the film series can be saved despite the fallout of so many stars. We have garbage person Ezra Miller.
Yes.
Close runner-up Amber Heard.
Oh my god.
Affleck doesn't want to be the Batman anymore.
Obviously.
Ray Fisher is a crybaby.
Yeah.
And they haven't really seemed to have been treating Henry Cavill very well.
Poor Henry Cavill.
I agree. And then Will Smith,
Will Smith.
Deadshot.
He was in it?
Deadshot. No, like the whole Snyderverse.
Oh, okay.
Like saving the whole Snyderverse.
Yeah. Wait, Deadshot was Snyder too?
It was an Ayer film, but
okay.
it was all taking place in that same universe.
Got it.
Because remember, Batman meets Jared Leto's Joker at some point.
Well, Jared Leto's Joker. Okay.
Yeah. Well, because Batman makes an appearance in the David Ayer cut.
Yeah.
Well, in the David Ayer film.
Yeah, where he's the one that arrests
Deadshot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that all of those are interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
So people are just like, yeah, we're getting back, and
it's gonna go nowhere at this point. I mean, there's no point.
It's just like everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
The vocal minority.
Mm-hmm.
They're just the loudest.
I get you.
But speaking of which, Warner Brothers seem to be considering Elliot Page for replacement of Ezra Miller as the Flash for future projects. I haven't seen Elliot Page in anything, so I can't really opine. I brought this up that fans wanted Elliot Page to replace him.
Got you.
I haven't seen Elliot Page in anything. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I remember Ellen Page at one point was sued Naughty Dog for Ellie.
Okay.
In The Last of Us because of the likeness.
Yeah.
Which I get it.
Yeah.
That looked just like Ellen Page.
Yeah, it really did.
But
I thought it was like a deal thing.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest.
But no, she sued.
Yeah, good.
But I think you're doing a Flashpoint story. Let the Flash die.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Wally West.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best bet at this point.
Does Flash die in Flashpoint?
Oh no, Flash dies in Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Oh, okay.
But you can totally just remake that.
Yeah.
And like add that into that story and kill off Ezra Miller's Barry Allen. And let's just go with Wally West.
Yeah, there again, I mean the whole cat honestly like we just need to drop the Justice League in general. Like I don't like that idea, right? Because I don't really like the idea, but just you have to reset everything because there's just too many issues going on right now. Yeah. I feel like there's no way that you can really move forward with anybody, or at least the people that you're selecting, to do something. So I feel like they just gotta change it up, like way change it up. But I don't know what they can do, to be honest. I really don't know what to do. I feel even weird watching the Flash movie when it comes out, just thinking about it, yeah.
No, I agreed. I don't. There would have to be such a strong course correction at this point, where you are better off just restarting.
Yeah.
And Flashpoint would have been the perfect way to restart the universe.
Yeah.
And I still think it would. Kill Barry Allen.
Yeah.
At the end.
I get you.
And just let next movie Wally West takes over. That's it. Give us a Wally West origin story.
Yeah.
Which I'm really fucking tired of origin stories at this point.
Yeah.
But they're necessary at times. I get it. I just hope they don't kill the Waynes again. I have seen them die way too many times.
Yeah.
So The Rock is now under fire.
Oh. What did they say?
People are really upset at The Rock right now. He tweeted something promoting Black Adam. It says, "Finally, the man in black himself comes home, July 23rd, Comic-Con, San Diego, California, Hall H." And almost immediately after he tweeted that, the hashtag release the Ayer cut Twitter feed jumped to the replies, hoping The Rock would acknowledge the releasing of the Ayer cut. And somebody said the most electrifying one in the DCEU. Has Black Adam seen what fried Dr. Brains look like? And they put a gif of the Joker when he's about to shock Harley Quinn or Harley Quinzel.
Okay.
And The Rock replied, "No, because Black Adam doesn't give a fuck." So now people are really angry at him.
The Ayer people, or the select few, like you said, are really mad at him.
Yeah.
Got it.
The vocal minority.
Yeah, okay.
Because Black Adam doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, no, a lot of us. A lot of other people don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the loud ones are the issue.
Yeah.
And I just feel like everybody else should become just as loud and be like, no. Hashtag no.
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. It's, I mean, okay, whatever. I'm not DC. I don't know. I'm just like, about
but
all
that's
that
the
stuff,
worst
yeah.
part. Like DC, I prefer DC Comics over
Yeah.
Marvel Comics.
I've heard that a lot. Yeah.
Because they have really good stories. And largely I prefer DC Comics over Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
But it just seems Warner Bros. Doesn't know what they're doing with the IP.
Yeah.
And they keep relying on Batman, Superman.
Yeah. That's it. No.
Yeah, like how many times are we going to reboot Batman? Like how many Batman do we have at this point?
Yeah.
And we're going to get another Superman at some point. I mean, there's still hopes that Henry Cavill will return in Black Adam, but it's not looking likely. Like he didn't even really appear in Shazam. Like they cut the head off, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was just like his back, no?
No, it was like his torso.
Oh, okay.
You just saw him from the neck down.
Oh.
Down, boy. Like I just
all
saw
we
your
need to see.
eyes roll into the back of your head.
Oh, my God. Wow. That's all we need. No, try.
So Sony confirms that the Kraven the Hunter movie is going to be a drastic departure from the Spider-Man comics. Because, that's always a good idea.
Because this is the new DC. Got it.
We all know how
Sony.
Morbius bombed twice in theaters.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. I heard it was a joke that it was asked to come back to theaters and then they took
Yeah.
it seriously.
That's exactly what it was.
They put it back in there.
They tried to capitalize on the memes.
Yeah.
They were, and it's kind of like what the Minions did. Because the
Yeah.
Minions made gangbusters amount of money because
Yeah.
people were showing up just causing a ruckus, basically. Fucking people, man.
Yeah.
So Ariana DeBose is playing Calypso, and she says that she feels like it's taking a step in the right direction. Aaron Taylor Johnson, who is playing Kraven, describes the animal hunter as an animal lover and protector of the natural world. I just think that's
weird.
not what animal hunters are. Especially ones who wear lion pelts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people are trying to say that the quote is misinterpreted or that he misspoke, meaning that he has vast respect for wildlife, which makes more sense. You have seen like hunters that aren't but that's the thing. Kraven hunts for sport,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't-
It's kind of how I feel about it because it's like he's a hunter. He's Kraven the Hunter. Like
Yeah.
stop again. But this is what Sony's doing with these characters, right? Because again, Morbius became like a hero. Like in Morbius, right? And then it's like why? And even at the in the end credit scene,
that made no sense.
Yeah, it made no sense. Like why? What did Spider-Man? There was end credit scenes, guys. Spoilers, but at this point,
movie was spoiled.
it was a bad movie. But it's just it doesn't. What they're trying to do with this universe doesn't need to exist. They need to stop again. Like we've said, right? They need to stop. We don't need these. We don't need these characters. We don't need Kraven the Hunter to be a good guy in this movie.
And the thing is, I guess there's a point in time where he becomes Spider-Man and he sees what Spider-Man deals with. And even that story ends with him committing suicide.
Oh God.
And it's a very dark story, but
Yeah.
it's a really good one.
Yeah.
It's Kraven's last hunt.
Yeah, I think you told me.
And
about it.
I don't need a Kraven as the good guy movie. I really don't.
Yeah, I agree.
And the problem is we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make money and they're gonna think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I start boycotting these movies.
We should. Honestly, we should. Because they're going to keep releasing stuff if we keep watching it. So.
That's something to think about.
Something to think about for sure.
I'm just like, we don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
And because the whole premise behind Kraven is that he hunts for sport.
Yeah. That's why he's hunting Spider-Man.
That's why he's hunting Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Sony. Just stop.
Yeah. It's getting bad.
So the Madam Web movie.
Oh my God.
Pictures of the set of the Madam Web movie have been leaked. And with every Sony movie so far taking place in kind of like present times, it seems that Madam Web is going to take a different approach. Because in Madam Web, in the set leaks, like we see like an older Boston with newspaper boxes and payphones and a giant billboard of Beyonce's first album.
So universes are colliding, or timelines are
I don't
colliding.
know, man. There's no details on the story, so maybe time travel type BS.
Yeah,
Fuck ever.
This is what's happening. This is what's happening, right? We've encouraged this, unfortunately. But I mean, there have been a lot of good movies, a lot of good Marvel movies, right? Like DC movies. There have been a lot of them, but I feel like now they just think that the only way to impact people is just to do anything and everything that has to do with a comic book hero. I mean,
we're gonna get El Muerto. Aren't you excited?
No, I don't even know who that is. But for that
Mexican.
matter. I'm not even Mexican, Jose.
Close enough. You're in California,
right? But no, it's just like, no. See, stop. But again, we might have to boycott these things. Like, if we just don't go pay money for this stuff. Like, that's crazy. They don't know what to throw at us, so they're just throwing junk at us. Because hey, like, at least some people are gonna watch it. We're gonna make some money because people are gonna find it. Some people are gonna call it good. On top of that, there's no way Morbius was a good movie.
No, I
don't care what anybody says. There's some cool special effects in it. I won't lie about that.
Sure.
I like the way he flew with his
somehow lines.
No, well, like the lines are cool, but it was weird. It didn't make sense either, though. At the end of the day.
Yeah, no.
We don't need this stuff. What now?
A character introduced to Marvel Comics back in 1964 is getting his own series. Wonder Man, who was originally a villain but reconceived as a hero in the late 70s, and in the 80s becoming one of the founding members of the West Coast Avengers. Not much is known about what the story is going to be, but the people that are involved are Destin Daniel Cretton, who is the director of Shang-Chi, and Andrew Guest, who's been the writer and co-producer of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Community.
They've also announced like who's gonna be Wonder Man, right?
Have they?
I
might have missed that.
Okay, I don't remember who it is though, so I can't tell you anyway. But no, I mean, but at least the thing is that it's a character that we don't really know that much about,
And I'm good with that.
I'm good with that too.
Like I feel like I should watch more Stargirl because again, it's something I'm not really too familiar with.
Okay.
I watched the first episode and it seemed very cheesy.
Yeah.
But I still feel like it was better than other shows about teenagers.
But you only saw one episode, so how can you go based on that?
No, there was.
Now you watched 2 episodes.
I think it might have been 3, but it was very Mean Girls-y type, which was like I'm not really what I'm into.
Okay,
but I'm just like I should.
I do feel like a lot of like I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I'm sorry. I do feel like a lot of the DC shows kind of started off with like a specific demographic, and like younger, like teenage, like vibes, or like Green Arrow, like Arrow to me was that, was that in a sense because, like he was a lot to look at, blah blah blah, and it had that vibe of like. Like some teenage drama at first, you know. So
it's a CW show, so
yeah. So I mean, I'm not surprised. It's just I don't know. I never got, I never really like held on to the interest of Stargirl because it also wasn't even the Stargirl that they used in like Legends of Tomorrow. It was a whole different Stargirl.
I didn't even know there was Stargirl.
Oh yeah, so Stargirl makes an appearance with like an original group, like they go back in time.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, but
yeah,
because in the show, in the Stargirl show, Starman was the
he was the
lead
main,
in the show. Yeah, but he dies in the first episode.
Joe McHale, right? Wait,
yeah, it was Joe McHale.
Yeah.
I like Joe McHale.
Yeah, me too.
And I was surprised that I like Joe McHale.
Yeah,
because he used to get on my nerves when he was on The Soup.
I liked him on The Soup.
He used to get on my nerves. And then Community happened, and he is fantastic in Community. What do you think of Community?
It's fantastic,
right?
It's amazing.
You lying sack.
But yeah, so there was a Stargirl, and I don't like when they do that because they even did that with the Vixen. The Vixen in
I remember Vixen.
in the same show even. Great. Yeah, she is. So actually in Arrow she was Vixen. Yeah. So but she was the future Vixen in Arrow, and then we went back to in DC Legends of Tomorrow, we picked up like one from the past, and she was the Vixen in DC Legends of Tomorrow. So it just gets like, and then so the future one, that's her great grandma, basically.
Yeah.
So
who I really miss in those shows?
Who?
Matt Ryan as Constantine.
Yeah, yeah. I did see that.
Because he was great in his own TV show.
Yeah.
And then they canceled it because I think it was an NBC show. So it wasn't even a CW show.
It was an NBC show.
And they canceled it.
Yeah.
But then he came out in Legends of Tomorrow. And he was great.
Yeah, that's right. See, I can't believe I forgot this. But you're right. Yeah, he was great in the series. Yeah. His story was awesome too. Like, I liked it a lot. So
yeah, and he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Well, merchandise for Black Panther 2 has shown up, and I'm sure you've seen Teno Huerta as Namor.
Yeah, definitely.
And, down, boy. And we also get a look at Atuma, who's another villain.
Okay.
There's also an Ironheart logo, and there have been recent set leaks that show Dominique Thorne on the set. She's going to be Riri Williams.
Yeah. Wait, I thought we knew she was going to be in.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay.
But like we haven't seen what she's going to look like.
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
But we all we've gotten though from like her Ironheart persona is just that logo. Although it seems like Daniel Kaluuya won't be appearing in Black Panther 2 because of scheduling conflicts with Nope. I want to see Nope.
Who?
Daniel Kaluuya.
He's gonna be.
Oh, what was his name?
Her husband, right?
Yeah,
Okuye's husband.
Yeah, or boyfriend, or
Okuye.
Yeah,
Okoye.
Yes, I can't remember his name.
Hmm.
But with the release of the Namor character,
Yeah.
Graham Nolan, who's a writer for Batman and creator of Bane, seems to have criticized the design with a tweet. So it reads, Namor's father, who was a Scottish American, Mackenzie, and mother, who was a blue-skinned Atlantean, is now what? Aztec? Creativity by box checking for the win, he said sarcastically. So he's not happy that he's Mexican.
Racism.
So
Fictional character.
you know what? I kind of agree with that.
With
what you're saying.
They're fictional characters. Like, who cares?
When to me, like when it's not a human, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
Because like I said, mostly I would rather get a new character.
Yeah.
But this Namor, his origin's gonna change because they don't want him to be that closely related to Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
So he will not be Atlantean. He will come from an underwater region in Central America, specifically noting that he will come from a historic and submerged city of Mexican culture.
That's badass. And
I agree with that.
And I say that because, look, comic book movies, not everything's going to be like this is a whole nother universe is what we have to consider.
And
you know,
that's exactly right.
Like it has been for a while. You can't say just like, and nothing's wrong with that. Like, it's a whole new Namor. Cool. You know, like, okay.
Yeah, and I'm good with that. I don't need them to give me Marvel Aquaman.
Yeah. It can literally be, and it just gets me thinking about even like the Little Mermaid movie that's gonna come out and how people were so offended that she's black. You know, like, get over it. It's a fucking animated movie that came out a long ass time ago. You know, it's okay to have an Ariel who's black. She's a fictional character.
I mean, I've dated enough black girls to know that you don't get their hair wet.
Jose, I am not touching this with you. Anyway,
no, I remember like I made that joke to my ex, and
she slapped you.
Well, she had dreads in her hair, and she's just like,
"You're right.
You just get dreads."
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop being funny around you.
So she proved what you just said wrong.
Shut me the fuck up, real quick.
Wow, you don't know this. You don't know as much as you thought you did, Jose.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about new Namor.
I am too.
Yeah,
and
so
it looks the design looks really cool.
And again, so I'm also I didn't grow up reading comic books, so I didn't read a lot of like the classic ones, and I'm not obsessed with the idea that they need to be a specific color. You know, I'm not obsessed with that idea. I don't care. You know, like at the end of the day, you know, just give me a good character. You know, give me a good story, give me interesting characters. I'm down for that. Just do it. You know, but like people just obsess too much about something that they have no even fucking control over. Like, just get over it. You know, what decade are we in at this point? But then again, America. So
Hashtag release the Waititi cut. Can we just stop?
It's boring. It's so dumb. I mean, I would watch it.
So there are reports that an assembly cut of Love and Thunder runs about 4 hours.
I would watch 4 hours of that movie. I mean, how much could they? Maybe okay.
So
I'll watch it.
Taika said, "I've been thinking about director's cuts. I watch director cuts of a lot of directors. They suck. Director's cuts are not good. directors need to be controlled sometimes. And if I was to say, you want to watch my director's cut? It's 4.5 hours long. It's not a good 4.5 hours. Yeah. There's a lot of cup of tea breaks in there. You don't have to pause it. Fucking agreed.
Yeah,
I don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'd watch it if it made sense, you know. But personally, I saw this movie twice, and I know that have you seen it again? Go watch it again. Well,
see, the more I've thought about it, the less I want to watch it.
I enjoyed it so much the second time too. I was still emotional, even though I already knew what was going to happen in the movie.
I was thinking about it, and I was just like, I think I would have liked to have seen the God butcher more gods.
Yeah,
I think I would have liked to have.
They did it a little bit light, but maybe the reason that they did it.
He did one god.
Well, no, remember there was like they did like a montage of like he had been going around to different places and killing gods. That's why they knew about him. That's why everybody knew about him.
I fucking.
So you stopped paying. You got to watch the movie again. Honestly, I really enjoyed it even the second time around. I thought it was well worth it. I love the music. I like the vibe of the movie. Like, just it took me on a journey, an emotional journey. Why are you laughing at me? What the fuck? Okay. Jose, it's true. This is why I'm here. It was a great movie. You should watch. I'm really okay movie. I'm really surprised by you. You know what? I'm really surprised. There was Chris Hemsworth's ass
Chris Hemsworth is the only reason I would watch it again.
No, that's not true because Valkyrie was really good.
Tessa.
Yeah, exactly. Valkyrie was really great. Natalie Portman was okay.
Natalie Portman was in it.
Look. You know what I didn't necessarily like with her character.
I feel like her character was wasted.
I felt like they were trying to make her more like Thor. They make her more like, you know, like you said, his dumminess, right? Like they were trying to make her more like that when she could have remained her serious self, and it still would have been like a great contrast to Thor. You know, the Mighty Thor and the Thor, right? Could have been a great contrast. Damn, we're diving a little bit deeper in here than what I was thinking. But I honestly, I did enjoy the movie, even the second time.
I get it.
Yeah,
Go watch it again. I thought it had a lot lacking.
Okay.
Ooh, people are also mad, and I actually just saw this morning, so I didn't write any of it down.
Uh-huh.
But people are really mad at Taika Waititi because there's a video of him and Tessa Thompson kind of looking at a scene in the movie, and so. It's the stupidest thing that people are mad at him about.
Okay.
But Tessa mentions, sometimes Korg looks a little bluer and sometimes he looks a little grayer. Mm. And then they talk about how they left this scene in there where Tessa is reacting to something that's not happening, that was cut.
Okay.
So like she kind of like jumps like a little bit and it's like barely there.
Okay.
And then Taika starts laughing. He's like, I didn't even catch that. That was the editing. So now people are like, you have this millionaire laughing at the way these underpaid editors are doing their job. This editors and VFX people need to unionize, which they should. Let's be honest. Everybody should unionize.
Yeah.
But for that reason, because he's laughing at you, fuck off.
Yeah. And like he's even saying like I missed that, you know, like so he's taking
I didn't even catch that.
He's taking some responsibility even for it, you know, like.
But Korg is blue sometimes, and sometimes he's gray.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't either.
No, he was bluish gray the whole time to me.
Well, Taika also confirmed that certain actors have been cut from the film. So Jeff Goldblum, Lena Headey, and Peter Dinklage would have appeared in the movie,
like as the characters that they've already played.
Well, Lena Headey would have been the only new character.
I don't know who that was. Yeah.
She is Cersei from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay, random.
Yeah, she was going to appear as a new character.
Wait, Cersei from Game of Thrones.
Yes, the queen that's boning her brother, Jaime.
What? What?
Oh, Jaime.
Oh, Jaime. Cersei. That was her name.
Lannister.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The Queen Mother.
I love her though. She's a great actress.
She is. She's so good. She was so great in that game. In the movie.
Yeah.
Show.
Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah, that show too.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum would have been the Grandmaster.
Wait, the Collector? No,
the Grandmaster.
Is he like he's
the
not the Grandmaster?
Is Benicio.
Oh yeah. Okay, my bad. Yeah. My bad. I made them one person. Right. You're right.
Peter Dinklage would have been Atri, and they both would have been killed by Gore.
By Gore?
Yeah.
Oh. Why? We don't know. Wait. Oh, Gore the God Killer. My goodness. I'm sorry. My brain is not working all of a sudden.
You good?
No. Okay.
Speaking of Thor, though, it's been banned in China for gay.
Not surprised.
And Disney isn't allowing them to use censor versions too, which I'm good with.
Yeah.
Like they just shut out an entire market, which is surprising.
Yeah. They don't care.
And I'm glad.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Disney. Even though you're a big corporation and whatnot, Yeah. Thanks for standing up for the gays.
But people are also outraged at Marvel and demanding that they issue a trigger warning for Thor.
Because of the Korg kiss? I mean the Korg
no,
sex?
because of Jane's cancer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it's a real thing in the comic books too. With all due respect.
Somebody put, no spoilers, but Thor Love and Thunder should have had a trigger warning for graphic depiction of cancer. And the fact that we didn't know going in is atrocious, wrote one user on Twitter.
And you know what? You know what's crazy about this? They literally avoided saying the word cancer until towards about halfway, if not later on, like 75% of the movie. They avoided saying the word. Like when she was, I don't want to go into this, but just they avoided it. I don't think. Also, I'm sorry. It's stuff happens in real life, and sometimes inspiration is taken from real life, and the comic books. It's what happens with her too.
I'm going to say this. The world is not responsible for your triggers.
Yeah.
If you can't handle it, stay the fuck home.
I get you.
This movie shit, like, for the people that didn't know that was going to be the driving force for Jane becoming the Mighty Thor, they don't need this movie spoiled because your feelings are going to get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you don't get to run this world the way you want just because your feelings are going to get hurt.
Yeah.
We are not responsible for your triggers.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. I understand that people have gone through stuff, that people have had to deal with, people who've had cancer.
I get that.
I get it. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying too. Like, I've had to deal with shit in my life. I've had to deal with things that make me feel a certain type of way, but it's like, sometimes you're going to see that in a movie,
and a lot of times the point of that is to elicit an emotion from you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, again, there's a reason it was written. There's a reason, we don't know why the writer even wrote it. I don't know why the writer wrote it in originally either, but it's like, yeah, we don't need things really, and this goes to any group of people, because again, it being banned in China because of the gay scenes is stupid. If we want to ban it or trigger warning for cancer, like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, it's stuff happens in life. Mm-hmm. Not insensitive about it.
I agree. Yeah. Like, I don't care about your feelings. That's the thing. I really don't.
Yeah.
And like I've said a million times before, and I'll say it a million times again.
Yeah.
We are not responsible for your triggers. Mm-hmm. Like,
at
all.
Yeah.
Like when the whole Demi Lovato thing about being upset because somebody was selling sugar-free sugar-free cookies.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, fuck off. Yeah. Like, oh, you're offended?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
No. Yeah. And I completely agree with that. Like, I'm not, just we have to also be responsible for our emotions at the same time.
Exactly.
We all go through hard stuff. Everybody's allowed to feel how they want to feel. That's fine. Stop. Everybody's allowed to feel how they want to feel. That's fine. You can feel how you want to feel about it. Mm-hmm. That's fine.
But I'm not going to adjust my lifestyle.
Exactly. Or my emotions or my lifestyle. I'm going to do something about my own emotions and what I have to deal with. But I'm sorry that you feel that the best way for you to resolve your issue is just to bitch about something. I'm really not insensitive to people's feelings. I'm very empathetic, like I mentioned earlier.
I heard some guys say that on the podcast.
But we have to be responsible for ourselves first.
Damn right.
Yep.
Well said.
Thank you.
Well, now more people that are wrong.
Fuck The Rock. No, I'm just kidding.
So more people that are wrong. Elsa Pataki, who's Chris Hemsworth's wife.
Okay.
And luckiest human on earth, honestly.
Can you control yourself, please?
No.
Jesus Christ. All right, just take video.
But she said his muscles were too much, quote unquote.
Wait, but those are like his muscles. Like,
so
what's wrong with? Okay, we'll just take him. That's fine.
Chris responded. Like, Chris said, there are a lot of my male friends who are like, yeah, but a lot of female friends and family are like, yuck. He said in an interview. He said it came from boredom sitting in COVID lockdown. He goes, sitting in COVID lockdown was like a prison. It was train, eat, nothing else to do. Then I turned up for the film bigger than I've ever been.
Okay. I'm being a little warm all of a sudden. That's great. Ma'am, can you control yourself, please? Like we're not. There should have been longer views. Yeah.
Now we finally got the finale of Miss Marvel, the new episode, Miss Marvel, Home Alone.
Yeah, I actually have a comparison too. It was called No Normal. What's the name?
Ever.
No Normal, or was it Not Normal?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yes.
Either way. What was your thought overall?
Just no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I watched it twice.
Me too, and
Okay.
I feel that my brain keeps trying to block it out. Although at the beginning,
Yeah.
where she goes, this is what happens when the wrong people get powers. I heard the brown people get powers.
Oh my God.
And I had to rewind to like make sure that that's not what she said.
Racism. No. How do I say this?
Preferably with words.
No, and I wanted to like the show. I really, you know how excited I was about Miss Marvel,
Yeah.
but I fucking knew they were gonna fuck it up. As soon as they changed their power, I was like, I think deep down inside, I knew that it was just gonna be like not the thing. And what pisses me off is that then they try to make references to the comic books by doing some dumb shit that I'm like, well, why don't you just make her like? Why don't you just give her fucking powers to begin with? Like the powers that she should have had, you know, like her original powers,
Yeah.
you know. Again, for people who don't know, she's supposed to have stretching powers. At least that's what she has in the comic books. They made reference to that in the towards the end of this episode, where she even, I'm jumping way to the end of it.
That's
'cause
fine.
I'm over it. No, I'm just joking. But she even says like embiggen, right?
Yeah.
Like, and she becomes a larger stone-ish. Not
don't fucking
stoned
know,
person.
man.
It was like this special armor that like surrounded her.
The Noor?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
so it was made of Noor, right? Made of
Heart
her
light.
heart light that she has, and so she was. I couldn't tell if she was really bigger or not.
Yes,
you know.
because when there's a scene where they kind of pull the camera away, and just by relativity, she looks a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Like because standing next to certain objects, she just
Yeah.
looks bigger.
So maybe then it should have been more. Like they should have been more. Like the shot should have been better for that type of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it just because she has a tiny face on top
Yeah.
of that. She didn't look like much larger, and there were times where her power was stretching and grabbing cars, number one, or something like that. And just all kinds of stuff that she said in Biggin. She did this whole transformation, but it didn't have the same effect that it would have had. Like I feel like if she would have just become like a giant person,
Yeah.
Or then if you're gonna embiggen, like just make her a giant person, even if it's in that fucking Nora thing that they're doing, like just do it. And they didn't do it. And again, the references like to it, I was did you stay after the credits, by the way?
Yes, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. I think I just fast forwarded it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't.
I actually didn't the first time, by the way. So
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
What was it?
So jumping to the end credit scene, it was for some reason her, and of course we get an appearance of Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got an appearance of Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. They just kind of switched. I thought maybe she transformed into Captain Marvel for a minute. But then it didn't make sense because she's looking around the room like she doesn't know
Yeah.
the familiar. It's not familiar to her. So
Yeah.
so it was more of like just a switching of positions. It seems like it almost seemed like she got pulled into like.
I thought that would look cool.
It looked cool.
I was happy that we didn't get like a weird portal thing that she got sucked into, and it was just
Noor?
Yeah,
Like
like
Noor portal?
I'm just glad it was different.
Yeah, it was
And
like
it looked cool.
it reminds me of kind of what happened in
Wanda.
no well
I thought what Wanda did to Mr. Fantastic.
oh well, yeah, kind of, but I was thinking more of like and Harry Potter.
Nightcrawler.
Harry Potter when you just listening.
No, because just like that. That's what I.
It's like
imagined.
okay, well,
Nightcrawler.
you know how like in Harry Potter they use the Horcruxes? No, I don't know what they're called.
Horcrux?
The things that teleport them and they become like
the
swirlies.
Point. Oh something key. Portkey.
Porkies. Yes, they take those and they kind of
You said
teleport.
Porky.
Porky?
I heard Porky.
You said Porky, right?
Yeah, but I heard you say when you said I heard Porky.
Okay. Anyway, they
all, folks.
they kind of tell it looked like that to me, that same type of effect. Okay. So if we were gonna have Brie Larson make an appearance again, why couldn't she have just had her original powers? You know, like, and just let's give an episode of Brie Larson. I guess she's famous now or something, you know, but or even just half an episode. I don't know, like, because that's what happens in the comic books. From what I recall, at least I think she becomes like Captain Marvel's look at a certain point, you know. I think.
Yes.
I'm not sure because her stretching powers also help her like mold to like different things, you know, to Brie Larson to Captain Marvel at a certain point, you know, or the original Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she turns into a white woman.
Well, because that's what the character had to do with too. You know, she was dealing with her brownness, but in a sense of like she didn't know how brown people fit into that superhero universe, you know? So she thought she should be white.
All right.
But again, there was a lot of references, but I really did not understand why we just didn't get those. Like get the actuality of it instead, you know? Comic books to TV show. Why do we need hard light?
I don't know.
Because what did that really do for the story? Like
nothing.
It helped guide her grandma to her grandpa, her great grandma to her great grandpa. It helped guide them, but like you couldn't use your stretchy powers just to push her into to her grandpa's arms.
Because it would have been less poetic if she said, "Giant hand went and delivered me to my grandpa, to my father," as opposed to "I followed the stars."
Yeah, it just got really cheesy with that stuff too.
Yeah. Also. And this is a complaint I have with Marvel in general.
Yeah.
Why the fuck, and especially with her, why the fuck is she taking off the mask to talk to people?
It's not like she needs to.
Why? It's only covering part of your eyes.
Her eyes, yeah. By the way, it's a really good look.
I really like the look, and that makes me a lot sadder that they're gonna change it immediately.
You've said that, yeah.
And especially when you spent so long kind of building this look.
Yeah. And did they even really build it? Because at the end of the day, she didn't even use that jacket that she was wearing was not the same jacket that homie gave her, that the dagger guy gave her. You know, maybe the scarf thing. Who gave her the scarf thing?
I don't know.
The mom. Wait, at the end, the last episode?
Yeah, when she's wrapping it around the
no, in the box. No, yeah. But so she got a red scarf from somebody else though before. I think, or was that the red dagger scarf?
You're right.
The blue material, the blue jacket came from the guy that was part of the red daggers that ended up dying.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
He was like, this is like the clothing rooted in our people or some shit like that. And then so he gave her this jacket. She put on the zip up jacket, and then the kid gave her the red scarf thing. That's what I remember.
Okay.
I mean,
I've already blocked a lot of it out.
It's so sad because and then Bruno gave her goggles, and then her dad at the end gave her name. Great. I thought that was cute. But you guys, they built this costume. And then that costume didn't end up being the same costume. Or there was no oh, hey, like mom secretly took it and added what is that, a lightning bolt to it, you know? Or what is it?
I don't fucking know what it is, man. It's a broken pendant. Because it was a broken necklace.
It was. What was the shape of the broken necklace at that point? Yeah.
And then her mom was just like, this is Kamala's, but it's broken.
Yeah.
Let me put this on her shirt.
But did she like stretch out the freaking metal? It was... they could have made it more obvious, like how the suit came to be, and even her name. Again, her dad sitting with her and her getting her name. That was a cute idea. I liked. Oh, you've always been our.
I like her dad.
Yeah, I like her dad too. I like the characters. But the stories, the powers, kind of just lost it for me, man. And I'm so bummed because I really like the Miss Marvel character.
Yeah, Zoe makes an appearance out of nowhere. I completely forgot about her. And she just pops up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just happy to be here on a Saturday filming my TikToks.
Yeah. Realistic,
Fuck
right? You. Realistic. Like, just out of nowhere, you know? And and it's like, well, all of us who have come to love Miss Marvel are here to help her out right now. You know? It became that in the high school.
Power of friendship.
The power of friendship. and then it went into this whole Home Alone thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Even the planning, like I feel like other plannings that they've done with the character, like they did that whole planning scene in
the first episode.
Was it the first episode? Oh yeah, it was the first episode. It was great, but in this one, it just didn't have the same effect, and it was just kind of like,
because the plan was dumb.
yeah.
Oh, and then wait, like Nakia's love interest, has he been in the show at all?
I was thinking the exact
or did
same
he just pop
thing.
up here?
I was thinking the exact same thing. And then on top of that, why was she really hiding some dude in there then, right?
Yeah.
Because then what was the whole point of him being there?
I imagine but
I'm so confused now.
No,
or is that where they snuck away?
Because I was like, well, are they trying to distract from them? But the only one that goes is the I don't remember her name. Agent Racist.
That's correct.
It's just, and like the not even the characters, like not even the villains had any real drive to them. And they just seem like cookie cutter villains.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's just make this person a racist.
Yeah.
And people are going to root against her. Mm-hmm. And it's like, give me more.
Yeah.
I don't need I don't need a hater just because she's racist.
Yeah. Yeah. Because at this point, we had even lost Namja? Kamja? What was her name?
Naja.
Naja?
Yeah.
Naja? Naja? Okay.
Nadja.
Oh, okay. We lost her.
Or Najma.
Najma. There, I knew there was an M. I was adding the M before Namja. Is what I was doing it backwards. Yeah, we lost her already.
Stupidest way.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. I still don't understand what the fuck happened there.
Yeah.
She's just like, I could close it. Let me go do exactly what this other girl did.
And die.
And
then this is why Cameron has hard light powers. Like why? Okay, see, and that's another thing. Why did he get similar powers to what Miss Marvel had, except in green and yellow, as opposed to pink and purple?
Because he's evil.
know, man. And that was the thing, right? Like he was definitely fighting between being a good guy and a bad guy this whole episode, and then Miss Marvel was kind of fighting him between being a good guy and a bad guy. So it's like they added another bad guy in this last episode.
I do have now Cameron is another antagonist.
Yeah,
that we don't need.
Yeah, and it got crazy, and there was this big scene. This is right when she did the embiggen thing too, where he's like just pulsing powers, right? Yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, you guys, they can use that as I feel like they're gonna use that to basically say this is how certain people started transforming or something like that, Did you?
Oh, what I thought about is, he's calling them mother boxes, which is Superman in that Snyder movie, where he screams and then you see like that
the waves,
the waves, and that's what wakes up the mother boxes.
Well, so for me, it was there was the potential of possibly he being the reason that like almost like the Terrigen mist, took over the world. Like he was the reason that it did that. At just me trying to justify something out of it. Yeah,
we haven't gotten anything.
Did you hear the point where Bruno and Kamala were talking about how she's not a clandestine?
Yeah.
Did you hear what he told her?
That she's a mutant.
Yeah, and then they played the little like. Yeah. Why?
Because. That's it.
And people were like, "Oh, this is the entrance into like the mutants into the universe." But she wasn't a mutant.
No. They don't care.
Yeah.
So Zoe's just like, she saved my life. But apparently she forgot that she caused it too. Like that whole fucking part.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and a lot of the issues were like she would fix issues that she caused by mistake. And again, it was okay for her to do that. Like she was a brand new mutant. Like at this point, she's a brand new hero. It's okay that there was a lot of like mistakes, right? But it didn't make sense.
So the people are like, you just saved all our lives. Fuck you. You guys were all there for no fucking reason, just in the way.
For cheese man. Yeah, for cheese man. For cheese man. Well, Zoe called them through her live stream.
But still, like, you see that all this explosions and you guys are all just standing there like, ooh, we want to see.
About to get hit by a car.
You rubberneckers, go away.
Yeah.
Like, they should have gotten hit. But I really do feel like this show suffered from its PG rating.
Think so? Like that's what limited it?
I think that definitely did limit it.
I don't know.
But yeah, they shoehorn mutants in this so hard.
Yeah. It wasn't like seamless. It didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Well, there's a theory that originally she was supposed to be a mutant, but because of the X-Men being part of Fox, Marvel Comics didn't want to give them any more material, so they were trying to lean in on Inhumans.
Okay.
So they decided to stop making X-Men comics and start doing Inhuman comics, and that's kind of like when the Inhumans made a resurgence.
Yeah.
So they're thinking that Ms. Marvel was originally supposed to be a mutant, and they just made her an Inhuman because that's what they had available. So they're just like, well, maybe they're just trying to fix that.
Okay.
But still, no. Like this was a great way to introduce Inhumans.
Yeah. Again, we could have just eliminated every Inhuman thing that already happened, or whatever.
Or
however they wanted to do it.
Universe.
Yeah.
Great.
Exactly, because we have that.
And they had the same
Black Bolt was in it.
Black Bolt was the same actor already.
Yeah. In an alternate universe, even. I don't see what the issue would have been into diving into the Inhumans. I mean, I also don't see the issue making her a mutant, but also you made her an alien. Like you made her of the Noir universe or Noir universe.
So she's from a different dimension, mutant, Inhuman, human
confusion. Like that's what it is. Like there's too many things that you're trying to hit for no reason. It could have just been one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, if you made her of the Noir universe, then just leave her there.
Yeah.
Like not like leave her there, but like that let her be from there.
Yeah,
let her be the
keep
Jinn.
adding to it.
Yeah. Or confusing it because now she's at least a Noir mutant because she's not from that world. Their whole family's not. Well, the Muniba, her mom and her grandma and
It skips
Aisha.
a generation.
Yeah.
Or two.
But they're not. They are the ones that are not.
Because Bruno said like, "Hey, I ran a test on your whole entire family, and you're the only one that has this mutation."
Oh, see, that's weird. Well, the mutation,
the
mutation, because he didn't say anything else about the Noir stuff. Because obviously Aisha, great grandma, would have to have some type of connection to that world.
But yeah, you're right, because it made no sense. Like, oh, you have this mutation in you already, but you needed this bangle to unlock it.
Yeah.
Unlock what? Unlock the mutation? Like that mutation's already there. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
And then even they still kind of even say it wasn't the bangle at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The bangle also reminds me of the device of the rings from
the 10 rings.
The 10 rings. So, I mean, I don't know. Like that's the only other thing that I'm thinking. Okay, like maybe they're trying to introduce these items.
Yeah. I think it would have been great if they made it so like Fastos was the one that made these items. I think that would have been a cool integration of things.
Yeah, and because there are things that the Eternals used that were very similar. Well, the rings that Fastos used were very similar they were very similar to what Shang-Chi used, and it would have made sense to at least tie that in somehow. I feel like we're gonna get more items,
I don't
unintentionally.
Like this is going to something better.
Yeah,
kind of. I think Eternals would have worked a lot better if they didn't bring them into contemporary times. Like if they just kind of kept them in the past.
Yeah.
Like I think I would have liked that more because I would have the whole thing that they fast forward through in the Eternals, like that, like from century to century. I would have liked to have seen them in that. And I feel like the Wolverine movie suffered from the same thing, like Wolverine fighting in all these wars, but we just get a montage. Like I kind of would have liked that story instead of what we got.
The only thing is that we wouldn't have
Black Knight.
Well, which is okay,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
How important really was you, but we wouldn't have had the Celestial that was being born out of the earth, or I don't know. Like,
I don't see why we couldn't have.
Yeah, they could have stopped it earlier. You know. Yeah.
If anything, have them freeze it over, but then
it gets
over
covered.
time. Yeah, it gets covered.
It
becomes a huge iceberg.
Damn, we just wrote a whole better movie.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
This show,
we started talking about the Eternals.
First episode was great. First episode was great. I really liked that first episode. I love the directing in it, the way the camera was shot, the way she interacted with her family. Like you mentioned, all the characters were great. Didn't need them. Didn't need 16 different stories in this 6-episode show.
Yeah.
I didn't And I'll go back to this. I didn't need Nakia winning this election. I didn't need her brother
Amir
getting married.
Yeah.
I didn't need any of it.
Yeah.
Like-
We didn't need the Red Dagger guy
No.
and his friends. We didn't
Friend.
need. Well, remember they went to the beach
that's-
and hung out.
That's
Yeah.
true. He had more than one friend.
And yeah, what happened to Cameron? like
He's not part of the Red Daggers.
Yeah, we didn't need the clandestine.
Yeah, we didn't
you
need the
know?
clandestines. We didn't
Yeah.
need Cameron.
Yeah.
They just like you want to make the DODC the main antagonist. Cool, let's do that.
Yeah.
Like why?
That's where I thought it was going.
Now you're bringing in the clandestines. Like
Yeah.
they're the main antagonist.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's still fighting the DODC. Okay, I guess. Wait, now she's what happened with Cameron? Wait, why are the Red Daggers trying to fight her?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
They just threw everything at you and said, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you read the comic book?
Yeah.
You know who this is, right? It's a
Yeah.
fucking Snyder thing.
That's exactly it. Yep.
Like, you give me a bunch of shit and don't give me a story.
And then don't even give her original powers.
And don't even give her fucking original powers.
I'm still mad about that. It failed. Unfortunately, it failed. It failed. It failed. It could have been so simple.
But you know what kind of sucks?
What's that?
That because of people review bombing this, now any legitimate complaints against it
Yeah.
are kind of going to be swept under the rug.
Yeah,
And
that's
people are going to be
true.
like, oh, well, you don't like it because she's brown.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like it because it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And that...
Yeah. Yeah. That's sad. You know, I need Marvel to really, with the Disney Plus stuff, I need them to slow down.
I feel like I need them to stop.
And I'm almost concerned about She-Hulk. You know, like
I'm very concerned about
you know,
She-Hulk.
yeah, it's like this happened with Hawkeye. Hawkeye, huh?
Hawkeye.
Yeah, it happened with Hawkeye. I feel like Loki has been the best of the best one for me,
I agree.
right? And I understand the issues. I liked WandaVision.
Same.
I understand that there were some issues because of the pandemic. Like I can give you that. And you know, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I was good with that.
It was good.
It to me, it's kind of where it started falling off, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, and we got a story, a cohesive story, you know. But these last few things that have all come out, it's just like been like kind of messes. Moon Knight, I like Moon Knight. I like Moon Knight, right? But I feel like slow down. We need to slow down because I feel like now we're just getting things just to get things. Yeah, you know, and it's not so much of like what kind of value we're actually. Quality. Yeah, and that's an issue. That's an issue. We need quality. Right. We need good stories. We need interesting characters. Like even thinking about Hawkeye, right? Like the what we got from Kingpin was trash. You know, like it was really trash. It's just let's slow down. Yeah. She-Hulk's coming out, but it's already done. But like we can slow things down. We really need to slow things down. I get it, Disney. Like I get it, Marvel. You guys are trying to give us a lot. I've been excited, but now I'm just kind of like disappointed in a lot.
Totally agreed. Yeah. So I mean, overall, Ms. Marvel, pretty good. I'll watch it again.
No, and the only things that does get you are like the references, but it's not worth it. No, in the end, it's not worth it.
Not even read the comic books.
Yeah, definitely that.
So finally, getting back to something that's a little more entertaining.
Yes, a little is an understatement. It's a lot more entertaining.
Yes, Doom Patrol.
Yes,
it's been a while.
It has been a while, but
we're picking up right where we left off.
Yeah, Space Patrol, right?
Space Patrol.
Okay, great.
That was the next one.
Cool.
So Dorothy at this point just killed baby doll.
Yeah. Yes, because of Candlemaker.
Yes. Well, they killed. They killed a few of the personalities.
It was
right?
two. It was Baby Doll and
I didn't get who the second one was.
I will let you know right now.
Thank you.
Somewhere in my notes when I find them.
This is riveting.
The Fierce Protector, but I'm trying to remember who the Fierce Protector was now.
I have no idea.
It was the fire one. It was the fire one. What was her name?
Yeah, no.
I don't remember her name, so apparently I don't. I have the Sweet Child and the Fierce Protector because
Baby Doll
Baby Doll and Flint is a teleporter. Yeah,
which doesn't make sense because Flint fire. But I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and then Was that the end of this episode or the next one? All right. Let's just go.
Well, this was Space Patrol, right?
Yeah.
So this is, and you know, the good thing about Doom Patrol, right, is that no matter what craziness happens, you're just like, cool, Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
You know, like you're okay with it, right? This group from space came down to the house, where the mansion where they're all staying, and they're from 1955. They all haven't aged. They all have different names. There's Zip, the hotshot pilot. There's Specs the brains, and Moscow the Russian one.
Yes.
You know, which I really like her character. By
Yeah,
the
me
way,
too.
yeah, she was a really interesting character. And again, there was nothing wrong with that. I was all in from the moment that they landed, you know.
Yeah.
So like, cool, Doom Patrol, you know. And I was starting to look for about that. I was like, that's the good thing about this show, though, is that there's been so much craziness that happens.
And it all fits.
It all fits. It all fits, you know. And it doesn't even. It's weird that it all fits because like a lot of it doesn't make sense, but it's Doom Patrol.
Well, I feel like that's the thing. You know, you create your own universe and you create the rules within that universe.
Yeah.
And if you can make those rules adhere to what you want them to be, everything that happens just flows.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the biggest issue with Snyder.
Yeah.
I know I'm like going right back to just
No, it's
shitting
cool.
on Snyder, but he creates all of these rules that then he decides to break himself.
Yeah.
And like he keeps telling you, oh, I want to make this realistic movie, like this movie that feels real. And then he'll give you something just like, hold on, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. And again, there's no limitations to Doom Patrol, and I really like it. You know, I like that we're getting different and new types of characters every time, and they don't even have to be super important. You know, because a lot of them do just go away. You know, sadly we lost. I love that I can't remember his name anymore. Flex, yes, Mentalo, yes. But it's cool. Like Flex is out there somewhere, you know. Danny
the block or
the
Danny,
wheel now.
Danny the bus.
The bus, they're out there somewhere, you know. But it's cool. Like they might come back, right? But they don't need to either. You know, it'd be fine if they don't. But we get these this group, the pioneers of the Uncharted. So they were fun. They were interesting. You know, like I liked the cheesiness of the characters because it was very fitting to like the 1950s. Excuse me. And yeah, they're space people.
Yeah. So Niles mentioned that he's the one that created that spaceship, and he's the one that sent them out to go on chart territories.
Yeah.
And he lost contact with them, and he just assumed they were dead, and kind of like, oh well, and moved the fuck on.
Niles is a dick. Yeah. You know, you know, the whole Niles and Dorothy thing, I think I did need a break a little bit from it because it was very heavy in this episode too, in Space Patrol. It was like there was a lot of it in this.
Well, I mean, I feel like that was the whole point.
Yeah, and I get it. Like I get that it's like it's building up to whatever craziness is gonna happen, right? But it's exhausting, you know, like both from Niles because he's bitching a lot, you know, and then being very just being very I don't know, fake, or he's being very like nonchalant about how he's treating people, right? Because he's more so damn concerned about Dorothy, you know, like just an obsessiveness with the character, and that again, that's her dad. It's understandable that he's trying to protect her and all that stuff. But it was just a lot to pile back on, and I was just like, okay, that takes me out a little bit. But I also like that in this episode we got Dorothy's character was kind of brought down a little bit from how she's been, you know, like just way over the top and obnoxious and crazy. She just came off of killing Baby Doll and the other fire starter girl. I don't remember her name. And so she's kind of reflecting on what kind of person she is. She takes off in the spaceship, by the way. Yeah. Which was a cool scene too. Like I like the moon or wherever they were in space. Okay. It looked really interesting. Like she was just out there by herself. She just went, you know, and just took off. She was just out there, and it was a trip. I like that.
Robot Man.
Yes.
I miss Robot Man.
Yes. Robot Man is such a good character too. Yeah. I really like that character.
Brendan Fraser, fantastic every time. And they just trips you out because just the voice. That's it. He shows up and he kills it every time.
Yeah, he really does. So emotion in this robot man. And he's probably the most emotional on the show, you know. But it's a great character. And then he's kind of going from like, you know, fuck you Niles to then just being more like sympathetic to Dorothy and you know. Obviously,
I love it when she's just like, I'm just gonna stay around forever. He goes, I don't think that song. He's like, he's so earnest about it. He's not a singer, you know. He's just like, I like the way he delivered that. Just something that simple, you know.
Yeah, it was such a moment too. Like it was that whole scene. Well, everything that was happening with the three of them, with Dorothy and Obama specifically. Like it was just such a good scene. Or like the emotion, you know, the dad on the daughter type of vibe. Even Candlemaker was kind of like lingering. I didn't notice this originally, but when Dorothy turns to the moon and she's walking, you can sort of feel it. Yeah, I got it first and missed it. But the way that Candlemaker's on too, where he has a more distinct voice, and where he talks more. It's crazy how powerful the character coming into this album. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no friends are.
Yeah.
I imagine her friends are creepy. We haven't seen her other imaginary friends. We
haven't seen Spider in a while. And then Manager got destroyed by the fire. Yeah. We got the whole like talk between the Russian Moscow between Moscow and Larry. Moscow has a Larry inside of her too. Yeah. What was that? And the story of Zips and this episode was a lot about that, by the way.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah. I don't think it had resonated with me.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because there was you know, Dorothy was upset that she lost her mandarin pig. And then in Jane's mind, we and in the underground we lost fire and baby doll. So we lost them too. They were dead. There was a whole since I'm on Jane, there was a whole ceremony that they were having for the two personalities that died, right? And there was a character that they showed that was singing like when they were gonna go bury them.
Yeah.
Jane was opposed to that, which was cool. Like I like that she stood up and she's like, hey, like we don't know that they're dead, you know, like we need to make sure. Yeah. Well, but at the same time we haven't heard that personality die.
Yeah.
And it kind of ends up being true though too, because so as they're going to do the ceremony, they stop at the well. There was a brand new personality that apparently was like a guide for the dead.
Yeah.
And then as they're doing the ceremony, Miranda comes out of the well. What do you think about Miranda?
Miranda is an interesting personality.
Yeah.
She's I enjoyed seeing her more in the episode.
The following
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because they just had a little bit of her.
Yeah, because here we just see her at the end, and she's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Like just the way she handles herself, like that personality, a little more stoic.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. And again, it's just a testament to
Jane.
Yeah.
Diane.
Yeah. Like she's amazing.
Yeah.
But we find out that the astronauts, Kip and Specs, they have these like, what is it?
It was a fungus? Or
that what it was?
I thought I heard them say like a fungus or spore. A spore. Yeah. So it was like a spore that was inside of them. They're already dead.
Yeah, they're already dead, and then this thing is what is it doing? Because it's just recreating what they used to do, or what?
So
does it put them in a loop?
It seemed like it, yeah, something like that. I don't know if I remember the explanation exactly, but that they're just husks at this point. You know, that it's just like a host for the spore at this point, right? And so Moscow brought them back basically to bury them, you know, which is again what was kind of happening with Jane's personalities. You know, what Dorothy was doing on the moon was, you know, a funeral. So yeah, the two dudes are dead. Moscow knows, you know, she knows, and part of the reason why she came back to Earth was to bury them. You know, it was revealed that they actually weren't alive, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. And it did make you wonder why they were just being so cheesy the whole time, you know, in a loop and just trying to fight each other or wrestle, whatever. But the kind of the story behind that too was like, well, they need to be let go at this point, because they're not themselves, they're gone, but it was and related to Larry in the sense of like, well, I'm not trying to let go of my past. Like, I want to be
embrace it.
Yeah. And I think it kind of goes hand in hand in a sense, like he wants to be part of his family, but he knows that there's a lot that he has to do first to be able to be part of that family. And
he knows what just happened with his family.
Yeah. There's this whole undertone with Ronnie and Cyborg. Yeah. Where again she's kind of dying apparently too, because she has like a poison. Like she has tech inside of her that's causing like it's poisoning her. Yeah. So, it was very minute, like that story. Well, to me it was like minute. I was kind of like, it did seem kind of brushed over here, but I think they were just dealing with so much on the other end. Yeah. They're just like, oh, let's mention this. Yeah. Like throw it in there so people remember when we bring it up later. Yeah. And then what did we get from Rita in this episode? Do you remember? I'm not sure if this was the episode of her acting or... I think that was the next episode. Yeah, because again, like, this is a problem with watching multiple episodes at once. Yeah, you're just like, what happened to what? Yeah. I mean, like, just in the end of this... Well, just overall in this episode, like, I really enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed like, everything that was kind of happening with each of the characters. And I'm okay with some of them taking like a backseat in a sense. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that, because not every character needs to be in every episode. Yeah. Especially with a cast this big, this diverse, with this many stories. Yeah. Like, I don't need them all in one episode. Like, you're doing a great job spreading it out. Yeah. And then at the end of this episode, though, we have Robot Man, who seems a little more like, hey, I understand, like, why you're being like this about your daughter. Like, we're going to be there to protect her. Yeah. And like, I'm just so excited to go home. And then Niles just ejects him. Yeah. Chief throws him out the spaceship and lets him just land on August. That happens next episode. Yes. You're right. They're running into each other, but Niles is a dick. Yeah. I don't know what Niles wants. It's like so complicated, like, dude, stop. Like, and I did have to say, like, at a certain point, I did say, like, this Niles and Dorothy thing, it just needs to stop, because it does get a little annoying and redundant. And, like, does he want to protect her, or is he, like, now just furious? Like, it's weird because he's, like, an enabler to her, right? Yeah. He enables her, but then at the same time, he's trying to stop her, like the whole time, and it's just like. Well, I think that's the point. It's just that conflicting part where you want to stop the evil, but at the same time, like, you're the evil's parent. Yeah. And you love them, but you got to stop them and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I agree, it is getting a little much because it's been running for this whole season at this point. Yeah. So we're 6 episodes in, or 7 episodes by the time we're done. And it's still kind of going on with him kind of wrestling it. And then we still have so many other stories going on. So this isn't even PIKACHU! Whoa. It's Pikachu. Okay, apparently. Yeah. And so that just feels like it's not even the main focus of it. Yeah. So it does feel like a little much at times. Yeah. I totally get it. Yeah. Like, I see what they're trying to do. Yeah. But I'm just like, all right. It's been overextended probably too much, because it's been in every single episode, right, up until this point. And again, I feel like that's what they want the main focus of it to be. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, I don't feel like it's working as well as they would have wanted. Yeah. It just gets a little whiny, on both their parts. I want to re-mention Miranda just because she comes out of the well. Everybody thought she was dead. Yeah. And then they throw Baby Doll on fire into the well, and it seems like the well reanimates them. Mm-hmm. And they're different. But I'm just going based on Miranda. So Miranda, is that what happens? Yeah, because that's why they threw him in the well. Because even she said, "Oh, they'll come back like." I didn't catch that. Oh, okay. She does even. That's where she mentioned Miranda mentions, "Oh, the sweet child and the fierce protector." She mentions like almost like special titles to them, because she threw them into where their stations collapsed. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Like, their stations collapsed because they died, right? Well, but then Miranda did mention. Well, because Miranda threw herself in the well, and she reemerged, right? to me, Miranda seems evil at this point. Just at the initial reaction, she's gonna be evil. Well, because and then the well is also where the bad energy of Dad is in the well. You know, so to me, it's like maybe Miranda's trying to corrupted. Maybe she's trying to corrupt other personalities too. It's just what I'm getting from it, you know. So I guess we'll see where it goes with that.
Yeah.
But so she did have like a evil vibe to her when she came out, and at least that's what I remember. But that whole final scene with them walking and burying them and everything like that, and that well scene was I like that scene a lot for sure. And then we can move on to Dumb Patrol.
All right. Yeah. I really like this episode. This episode I was totally in on.
I mean, the intro alone. What is that, Steve? Was that his name? Steve. And by the way, so there's a picture of Steve, and I'll post it on Instagram. But it's a book written by Denise, who apparently is his dinosaur have. It's called My Side. And I love the ongoing gag with Steve and now the dinosaur Denise. So
yeah, highly enjoy this. I really like this episode. Like I was so into this episode.
Yeah,
the whole robot man trying to hike his way home.
Yeah, and being pissed off at Niles the whole time because of fuck Niles. Yeah,
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah,
but no, again, Brendan Fraser's just fucking amazing.
Yeah, he is
every single time. That dude kills it. And
yeah,
I love it. And then the whole thing with everyone else getting infected, with Ronnie showing up to the mansion. So Cyborg brings Ronnie to the mansion.
Yeah.
So Niles could take a look at her.
Yeah.
And they all get infected, you know, because there's that box with "Do not open" on on the top and the front and the sides and the back.
Well, also, what's his name? Kip? Was that his name?
I was gonna call him Crowley.
I was gonna call him Constantine. He sent them the box, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that sent the box. Number one, why? Okay, why did you send it to Niles? Okay, well maybe Niles can help, right?
Yeah.
But also apparently you didn't close it right because the pink stuff got out of there.
Well, they opened the box.
Well, no, before they opened the box. Remember they're called Scants.
Yeah, because I remember Ronnie do you guys just feel something go up your nose?
Yeah.
Or is that normal here?
Yeah, and so they all got infected because Kip sent the box to them and then put do not open on the box. But at that point it was their bad idea, you know, but they did it because they were already all infested.
Yeah, and Miranda seems to be immune to this.
Yes. Yeah. Well, so yes. Jane, Miranda Jane, but I'm saying Miranda because she's one of the personalities. But
the rest of the personalities weren't immune to it.
Did they get infected?
Well, yeah, because remember when Flint and when Flint takes Larry to the hospital, and then she's like, "I have an idea." And they just dress up in lab coats.
And they thought they could get away. It was really funny.
Right after, that was a great scene. Right after they already got caught, and they just get caught again.
Yeah.
But what I loved is they're talking to the nurse, and they're just like, "Yeah, they're never gonna catch us this time." Yeah. And just out loud in front of the nurse, and you just see the gun barrels coming in.
Yeah, and then they teleport out because it was a funny scene. I loved it a lot too. There's these little particles that infest people, right? They're called Scants. Infect people. Okay. They infect people. They cause you to want to live your bad ideas. Is that what it is? Yeah. So and the way that they survive is that they extract some type of liquid. What was the liquid caused from your?
I don't remember. But wait, does this mean that Miranda might have been immune because she has no bad ideas?
Wait. So does that mean she's good?
I don't know.
Oh.
I've seen just as much as you have.
Or maybe she just is bad. And her ideas are just bad in general.
But then she would live them all out.
But isn't she already living it though? Because she's doing what her bad idea was anyway, because she's bad personality?
I don't know.
From my impression.
Judgmental fuck.
Now we gotta why? She came off evil to me. Evil hippie lady. Out of a well. It was called Uma Jelly. And they harvest idiot from your ears because they produce that inside of you. It was also the original the picture where Beard Hunter and Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody.
Yeah, were trapped. We didn't get Mr. Nobody, huh?
No, but they do explain why.
What did they say? I don't remember.
Remember, Beard Hunter says, "Oh no, he got a job. He got a job doing voiceover at another thing." And then you see at the bottom the banner of Harley Quinn.
Oh, I saw a banner at a point, and I'm like, why is that there? But I didn't even pay attention to it.
Yeah, so the dialogue is, he got a job voicing a character.
I
haven't seen him since.
Bad idea.
and then you just see that banner like, Harley Quinn coming soon. Or
that's so funny because I noticed it, but I was like, I'm like, they added commercials to HBO Max. That's literally, I thought it was just a banner for just like. I thought it even said the next episode coming up soon or something.
It might have. But yeah. That was just telling you where Alan Tudyk went.
Yeah.
Because he's doing voiceover for...
That's funny. He's in Harley Quinn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
You learned so much.
The way to stop the Scants is to kill the queen. Because they work like as a hive mind, so...
Yes. So Beard Hunter was just painted all white.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm not infected. And I think Miranda goes, so you thought it was a good idea to just paint the front of you?
It worked.
Yeah, it worked because they didn't see him. And then it's funny because they all hide behind him.
Yeah.
But then Larry just pops up.
Yeah. They all started just popping out.
Yeah, they're just like, can you take us to your queen so we can kill her?
Yeah.
It's working. It's working because they're taking us prisoners.
Yeah, but see, and this is where, when they do take the group of them to the queen, right? Mm-hmm. They, the queen is obviously trying to, get her Uma jelly or whatever it's called from them. But how come Miranda's the only one that isn't under control, and she can switch personalities too, still, right? Because she switched to the electric personality. Don't remember
Silver
the name.
Tongue or
no? Oh, she did switch to Silver Tongue first, right? Which I thought they were just gonna cut her head off right there, right? Mm-hmm. But then she switched to the electric personality and then electrified them. Yeah, and they died. Yeah. So that's why I was confused. But is she infected, or is she not infected with the Scants? So to me, she was the one that was immune.
Yeah.
Which is what you were saying too. But I didn't get why. Now I don't get why some of them were but weren't.
I don't know. We watched the same episode, man.
Yeah, but no. So they do end up killing the queen. So the bad ideas go away. Kip's been in this, by the way. Yeah.
And they mentioned how he wants to fuck Niles' horse.
Yeah, he's in love with the head.
The head. It has no torso.
The head of a Pegasus. No, not a Pegasus. Unicorn.
Unicorn.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, he's in love with it.
Yeah, you don't need a torso to have a heart. Which I thought was a great line.
Yes, because we all know they fucked that.
Yeah.
Unicorn head. They just want to take turns, apparently.
So the whole time, Niles, where the hell is Niles?
Niles,
is he in another planet?
No. He's on Earth. It was the northern.
Oh, so he went back to where the woman was.
Northern Yukon territory.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So, because this is when he interacts with Candlemaker, and Candlemaker tells him where do you think I came from? These people created me, and
yeah. So he does go back to where originally he was lost, I guess, at a certain point. And he found her, and he's trying to talk to her through her flames. I thought this was real life, but it was a dream or something, right?
Was it?
Well, because then he woke up.
Oh.
Anyway, and he was walking, and he's in a wheelchair afterwards. You don't remember that?
Don't remember that.
Okay, so there was a point where he was walking, and I didn't even put that together until afterwards.
I think I was writing stuff for the show while I was watching at the same time.
Yeah, so he does talk to Candlemaker, and it turns out that Candlemaker is a being that's already existed through the ancestors of Dorothy and Harry Woman. Yes. So
what was her name? Did they give her a name?
I don't think they gave her a name.
Okay.
I think we just made something up for her, just like all the other creatures that we make names up for.
Harriet.
Okay, Harriet. No, but they did. They said that, right? That it's just like a spirit that's been created by the ancestors of these people, just like all the other imaginary friends that she has too.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're going down the road of Niles is going to try to kill her, Dorothy.
That's kind of where I'm thinking it's going.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
I'm kind of thinking it's gonna be some kind of Abrahamic story,
Okay.
like in the Bible when Abraham kills his son, and
Oh.
you have God like, no, I'm just kidding, like something like that.
Oh.
But I mean, I don't know. I honestly, this is the least interesting story at this point.
Yeah.
This kind of made me a little more interested, thinking about how all of these ancestors were the ones that created this god. So I do kind of want to know more about Candlemaker
Yeah.
and the ancestors and like how
Is it-
that came to be.
It was called Candlemaker, right? I'm
Yeah.
not just making that.
No,
Okay.
that's his name. Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, I kind of don't know where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm hoping I get more
Yeah.
of this strange entertainment.
Yeah. 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 I mean, we have 2 more episodes left in
Yeah.
the end of the season, so I'm sure we'll
that's
get
right.
some answers. I mean,
We should, yeah.
yeah. There was a lot dedicated to Rita in this episode too, which
Oh,
was pretty
yeah.
cool. So she's obviously still living through her traumas of what her mom did in order to help her be successful at being an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that the acting coach was, you know, her mom basically,
Yeah.
you know, and they kind of created this created this opportunity for Rita to be able to like release some of that trauma that she has on this person who is very reminiscent of her mom in a sense, you know, like kind of.
Like she doesn't really believe in her kid, and
Yeah.
she's just like, oh,
This is the only way my kid could be
Yep.
successful is by me, you know, doing what I was doing type of thing. And then also Rita ends up being in like a play about herself.
Yeah.
Right. Which I didn't get that at first. At first I missed that it was going to be about a play about herself, which
well-
they start talking about the blob woman.
yeah. Well, it's a play about what happened with the city when it got sucked into the donkey's mouth.
Ass.
Did
Mouth.
you?
No,
It was a mouth,
You're
yeah.
right. I was saying the ass's
ass's
mouth. Yeah. No, yeah, and so she gets a lot of like closure, and I guess she gets the role that she ends up, which is the lead role for her play, which was funny. It was cool. Like I like that we got a lot of story about her, you know, just kind of her still dealing with like again her trauma and stuff like that, and getting through resolution. So it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. We get more of Jane and Morant, more of Jane and Jane, like what the stuff that's happening in the underground.
Yeah.
I love the underground.
Me
like,
too.
I just want to know what's happening, what's gonna happen. You know, like I want to know more about it. And there is a point where Scarlet Harlot goes missing.
Yeah, I know, and I was
Are you
heartbroken.
sad?
I was
know.
devastated.
I knew it. I knew you broke her heart. Polly told us that she went missing, and her station is closed too.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm saying I think Miranda's evil.
Yeah. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a very entertaining last 2 episodes. This show has not disappointed so far.
hasn't. You're right.
I think there's been like one episode where I'm like, I could have done without it, but I didn't hate it at the same time.
Yeah.
Unlike Miss Marvel. But
Well, it was 5 episodes of 6.
fucking hey man, that show just
I'm just happy we got to see this though.
Yeah.
Doom Patrol again. So,
we have She-Hulk soon, huh?
stop.
Have they given a release for
I thought that
She-Hulk?
was already a release.
'Cause
Wasn't it
I
supposed
feel
to
like-
cross
Yeah.
paths?
Yeah, but I feel like they had changed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's August 17th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a whole ass month.
Yeah, it is an entire month.
Yeah. Well, good thing we need a break.
Yeah. So the boys.
Well, should we finish Doom Patrol?
Yeah, but we have a whole
There's
season.
a whole 3rd season that we got to catch up on.
Fuck it, Doom Patrol.
And then, but before we move on to other topics, it just seems like they're gonna try to kill Dorothy in the next episode, or something's gonna happen in relation to Dorothy, whether she's gonna be taken away, because that was the last question that Niles asked was, "What will we do with her?"
Yeah,
And
he
was
said,
like,
"Don't ask."
Yeah, yeah. I think it's time for the conclusion of this episode. There's 2 more left. And I want to see how this season ends and then go forward from there. It's been a really good show, and I don't regret watching this show every
Same.
time I watch it. You know, it's really worth it.
Yeah, it sucks that we keep taking breaks. Trying
Yeah,
to keep up with the new stuff.
Yeah,
When the
yeah.
new stuff has not been good.
Yeah. I'm just happy that we have this to go back to. At
Yeah.
least. We're not going back to Doctor Who yet. So.
Oh, you have one more season. I was just thinking about that. You have one more season of Doctor Who
Yeah,
to catch up before the
We
return.
shall see if I do or not. I don't know.
Believe in you. You got to catch up with
I
the
actually,
flukes. That's what she says. It's the flukes.
Oh my god! I actually clicked on the episode to start it, and then I was like, nah. Like 2 seconds in, I'm good.
I get it.
It was her hanging upside down.
It's only 6 episodes too.
Oh really?
Yeah. There's only 6 episodes in the newest season.
The 13th season? Or are you talking about the 14th season?
Well, then the latest season.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not even on that yet.
Yeah, you are. Because we caught up. Like you did the Timeless Children.
Okay.
So yeah, you're on the last season, which is the Flux.
Okay. The Flux?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means yet, but I'll find out.
That was the name of this arc.
Oh, okay.
It's only 6 episodes, I think. Pretty sure.
Cool.
Fucking show, man.
Timer time. Hit it, Steve.
Professor Jaime,
Hola.
please tell us.
Who's that Pokemon?
All right. This week in Jaime's Pokedex, we're doing Pokedex. We're doing Starly.
Ooh.
Yay!
It's Pikachu!
Pikachu. In honor of Pokemon Community Day, which is today, and we missed it because of you. No, I'm just joking.
I was on time-ish.
Okay, we can talk about that. Starly was today's featured Pokemon in Pokemon Community Day that we had today, and I just want to say that people are very disappointed with Niantic and Pokemon Community Days. So Niantic did this thing where during the pandemic. Throughout the pandemic, they extended the hours to 6 hours as opposed to
Words are hard, right?
as opposed to 6 hours. 3 hours is the original time.
Okay. And they extended it to
They
6.
extended it to 6. Now they've reverted back to 3 hours, which personally I still think that's bullshit. Like I 3 hours, we did 3 hours, and at the time it made sense, but it also didn't make sense because I can't speak.
You good?
No, apparently not.
Someone who speaks English.
So it doesn't make sense because it's called. It is called.
You wanted to talk shit,
Oh
right?
my god! What is going? You've infected me with your scants over there. So it's called Pokemon Community Day, right? So when it became 6 hours, it made sense. It made sense that we got 6 hours to like not have to like rush through to like, let's say if somebody's working or like if somebody wants to go out, you know, like we could do 3 hours of the event and then 3 hours of not, you know, whatever you want to do type of thing. It's a community day. Like, come on, dude.
That sounds right.
So they've done a lot of like they reverted a lot of things that made sense through the pandemic, but also made sense going forward in the game. And so Starly has now been a featured Pokemon in a 3 hour community day that nobody wants, you know, because it's already. So Starly is not really an interesting Pokemon. It's also a very common Pokemon in Pokemon Go at this point. It's like a basic bird Pokemon, almost like even like the basic rat Pokemons that we get in the game, you know, rodents. But we're gonna talk about Starly in honor of Community Day because they're trash. So
All right, that escalated quickly.
yes, I'm just mad apparently. So Starly, known as the Starling Pokemon, is National Pokedex 396. It was introduced in Generation 4, which is Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Ooh. Right? Yeah. It is, can you guess what type it is?
Normal.
Okay. And
Flying.
what's the other type? Great job. You're getting really good at this. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. I can't believe you didn't say like bird or some shit like that. But
I'm smart.
Yeah, you're learning. I know you like to say that you're learning sarcastically normally, but you're actually learning. Okay.
Oh shit! I'm picking this up by osmosis.
You've been spending enough time with me, exactly. So in Pokemon Legends Arceus, it says they live in the fields and mountains, gathering in large flocks. Their cries are quite obnoxious.
Same.
Though small, their wings are strong. A strike from them leaves pain that persists for a week. In Pokemon Platinum, because they are weak individually, they form groups. However, they bicker if the group gets too big. And then in Pokemon, too many people, right? And then in Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, it says they flock around mountains and fields, chasing after bug Pokemon. Poor Caterpie. Their singing is noisy and annoying. Same. Starly evolves into a Pokemon. Do you want to take a guess what this Pokemon's name is? Name that Pokemon, Jose.
Starlit.
That was a really good try.
All right.
It's called Staravia.
That was my next guess.
It evolves into Staravia. Starly evolves into Staravia at level 14. Staravia is also known as the Starling Pokemon, and it's National Pokedex 397.
Obviously.
What's the typing, do you think?
Flying normal?
Yeah, it's normal flying.
What the fuck ever.
Normal first, flying second. That's important.
Why is it important?
I don't know, honestly. They do explain it, but I don't get it.
What kind of professor are you?
I'm still learning.
You're always learning.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's how you grow. In Pokemon Legends.
I mean,
Okay. In Pokemon Legends Arceus about Staravia, they form remarkably large flocks and are constantly fighting amongst themselves. It's suspected that those with magnificent plumes on their heads are the strong ones.
same.
That's my hat. In Pokemon Pearl, it lives in forests and fields. Squabbles over territory occur when flocks collide. And then lastly, in Pokemon Platinum, recognizing their own weakness, they always live in a group. When alone, a Staravia cries noisily. Aww.
Same.
Oh, Jose, you don't have to be alone. You can just come over and hang out. Name that Pokemon, which is the evolution of Staravia.
Staravia the second.
No, that's weak. Try again. One more. Get a second try. This
Star
Jose.
system.
Okay, Galaxy. Star Galaxy. This is Staraptor, which is why I thought you would have guessed somehow.
Yeah.
This
That was my next guess.
Okay, makes sense. This is no longer the Starling Pokemon, but it has become the Predator Pokemon. It doesn't really say why though.
Because
in the Pokedex. But Staravia evolves into Staravia evolves.
words are hard, right?
I don't know what's going on. Staravia evolves into Staraptor at level 34. It is also National Pokedex number 398. And just in case you didn't know, Jose, this is a normal flying type. Okay.
That was gonna be my guess.
I just made the picture larger. the picture larger. Okay, in Pokemon Heart Gold about Staravia, when Staravia evolved into about Staraptor. Excuse me. When Staravia evolved into Staraptor, they leave the flock to live alone. They have sturdy wings. They just added that in.
Right.
In Pokemon Diamond, it has a savage nature. It will courageously challenge foes that are much larger. Excuse me. And then in Pokemon Legends Arceus, it has left the flock, having gained strength enough to survive on its own. The astounding force with which the Staraptor flies through the air allows it to carry away large, burly targets. Same. But
Go on.
We're working on that, Jose. So that was... You are a burly man. That's not a bad thing, by the way, just in case. So that was Starly, Staravia, and Staraptor for you. Yeah, thank you. Pokemon of the Geek.
Thanks so much.
Wait, Jaime's Pokedex, not Pokemon of the Geek.
Hey, get it straight.
I know.
People voted.
I don't get it straight, trust me. But that's it.
All right. I mean, that's our show.
Yes, it is.
Next week, we're out of Marvel, but we still have more Doom Patrol, thankfully.
Yes, Doom Patrol. And by the way, we're supposed to watch Nope, so hopefully you haven't forgot that.
Oh, Nope is out
this weekend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the
right.
22nd, I believe, is when it comes out.
Cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, I have my tickets already for it.
Perfect.
Do you have your tickets?
No, but I can get them. I had no idea.
Well, so hopefully we are talking about Nope, but I'm really excited to see it for sure. It looks really good.
Yeah, and Jordan Peele is a great writer,
yes.
great director.
Steven Yeun's in it.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yes, him. Looks good. Honestly, it looks really good. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so Nope and Doom Patrol.
Yes, sir.
Sweet.
And more Pokemon, and more Pokemon, and more geek news from Jose.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, so you have anything? Do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm
Fucking
good.
scant infection.
We're fucked. It's called COVID.
All right, have a week.
Bye.